Hello, good morning. It's actually late afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. How is it going? You're here today with more Pathnar. Oh! Okay, it's not actually my birthday, okay? But for the sake of ease, I did set my birthday as Halloween in Path to Nowhere. So, we've got a very Duckmas. I'm going to call it Duckmas. It's not necessarily my birthday, but I'm calling it Duckmas. I think my music's a little quiet. Let me know if it's quiet or if it's good. I can't tell, to be honest. But let's open up the duck. Fucking adorable. Good. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, Edgy. Oh, we have to choose somebody, and Augustus isn't out yet. Fuck. Okay, choices are hard. Choices are like thick. Hold on, let's save that for a second. Okay, let's check the depot. Who do we have gifts from? We've already got one from Angel. We've already got one from Rahu, and we do have one from Shalom on the left side. So I'm thinking either 11 or Corin. Those are like the two that I'm kind of like eyeing right now. So what do we think, 11 or Corin? For the gift receiving? Probably Corin. Corin's more fun. Yeah, let's go Corin. Yes. And we got quack, quack, quack. Next year it's going to be quack, 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 quack. That's cute. I've spent 1,084 days at the Bureau. Jesus. During this time, you have assumed various roles: a sharp leader, a fearless warrior, and most importantly, a trustworthy friend. Cool. Let's get all of our dailies out of the way so we don't have any distractions. Because we are finishing the Synex story today. At least that's the goal. We are going in and we are finishing Synex story. And we will be fully ready for the anniversary this Tuesday. I don't got any space for anybody. Oh, so many dailies. So little time. Nope, wrong one. Neutral aid. Nobody there. Now I spend all this energy. I think we get to do a puzzle. I think that's the current mini event. We're almost at max level, chat. Almost. Okay, we clicked all our buttons. We just started level 99, so this last level is going to take forever. But hey, we're almost there. Only took us 1,084 days, am I right? Okay, puzzle time. I'm going to turn my personal volume up. Oh, I'm gonna expose how bad at these puzzles I've been. Okay, the carpet at the bottom, obviously. Okay, and this thing, corner piece, this is going on top, somewhere over here. This looks like it's also going on top. This is corner piece over here. There it goes. Didn't want to snap. Easy puzzle. There was like actual lines to follow, like this one, the fire one, was actually pretty difficult because it's just like black space in a corner. And it's like, hey, there's no like defining features here. Just like a dark orange hue that you have to compare to like a darker orange hue. So that was a little weird. Oh, tomorrow's the 1st. We get a bunch of pulls from the supply office refreshes. So we're going into the anniversary with almost 200 pulls and hypercubes. If we go ahead and like pop all these bad boys, we'll be at like 2,000 or 200 pulls exactly, just in hypercubes. And then we also have 8 tickets, however many tickets we get from the monthly refresh. And then we'll also have, oh, not that one. We'll have 45 pulls here. So we've got like 250, a little bit more than 250 right now, just in like reserves. And then the event will give us like another 50, another 60, 70, something like that. So we're looking good. A little over 300 pulls. Hopefully that's enough for S1 Hella and S5 Augustus. I know it's a tall order, but that's what we're looking at. Okay, we got Broken Frontline to do today. No, we already did this one. All right, then we're diving right into the story. Oh, we also have to finish these things up too. The after story challenges. Those should be fast. As far as the peak path test goes, I know not all of you guys have Synex, and especially not all of you have Kokalik. She's like a really old sinner. But if you have Synex Kokalik, super easy peak path test this time around. Also works with, I've seen it happen with Summer, and I've seen it happen with Reforged 11. You kind of just brute force this. But Synex Kokalik, if you play around like the buffs that they give you, it's actually like real straightforward, easy peak test path. The Synex guide actually showed it off twice, how that fight looks. It was very straightforward. Okay, but enough of that story. Enough Stalin. Rio 1. A bird freed from its cage, the arrow released from its bow. Somehow did peak path with bleed. Hell, that works. Yeah. Yeah, bleed's strong right now. It's gonna be for a while. I don't see anything replacing bleed on the horizon. Like we used to have some worries where I'm thinking of like the Yao days, where like the new option would just power creep the old options. And like the old options became irrelevant. Like Shalom did that. Yao did that. I don't think we're going to see the 3rd anniversary do that. Like the 3rd anniversary is very strong, but it doesn't just like replace and like make our old options like irrelevant. So that's good to see. Okay, you should be ashamed of yourself. The Campbell name is not yours to disgrace so carelessly. I am very sorry. For the next several days, you will remain at home, reflecting on your actions, and compose a thorough report on the Aurum Secretum Apostle. The Senate is eager to hear your findings. Consider this your final opportunity to redeem yourself. Hypatia, you are this family's most treasured daughter. Do not disappoint us. I will heed your counsel with the utmost respect. After ending the internal comms, Hypatia exhales sharply and sags against her desk, the weight of exhaustion pressing down on her. Yesterday's infiltration could hardly be called a success, yet it wasn't a complete failure either. The guards had arrived late enough for her to skim nearly every classified file. She draws another steadying breath, recalling the key words she has hastily glimpsed. Just the thought of them sends an involuntary tremor through her fingers. The Underground, Inheritance, Trans Calamity Communications, Project BR005, deliberate detonation of a black ring within Frasier, creation of Frasier's own hypercube minds. Each line is more horrifying than the last. The scale of the sacrifice, how many lives would it consume? She had only ever known these technologies in fragments, isolated pieces of a puzzle she never imagined would form something this monstrous, a conspiracy vast enough to swallow the entire Farlands whole. Now the question is, how to get this information out? I'm gonna turn down the music just a wee bit. A wee little bit. Okay. The Orm secretum she carries has been completely confiscated. All communication signals are blocked. She's permitted only the internal telephone. Under house arrest, she is nearly severed from the outside world. But there aren't many guards. An oversight? Do they assume I've got no will to escape? Indeed, the Hypatia of old would never have defied her family. Yet now, the thought lingers. Who planted it there? What would she do in this situation? In the blind spot of surveillance, she slides the chip from her palm to her wrist, tucking it into her sleeve. As she sits, her fingers brush the desk's edge, retrieving a communicator wedged deep within the crack. A moment later, Hypatia stands up and picks up the internal telephone again. Hello, could you please connect me to Miss Jacqueline Snyder? This is Hypatia Campbell's calling. I'm inquiring about her Civilium Aurum Secretum project. If she's available, I'd appreciate a moment of her time today. I actually really like this song. I don't really recognize it that much, but I really like it. It's DC for Infinity from Lady Pearl's event. Shortly after, a sleek silver-white sports car drives through the gates of the Campbell Manor. That is a gorgeous manor, holy shit. Look at that. God, that's so much to upkeep. I'm just looking at it and like thinking of the man hours it takes to like maintain this garden. And like the surrounding environment. And like washing this thing, keeping it clean. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Hypatia! I rushed over the second I got your message. Oh, and just look at this car. Absolutely stunning, don't you think? It's an exquisite design. The interior alone makes quite a statement. It's our newest model. The official launch isn't even until next month. You know how my family's always dreamed of working some Aurum Secretum magic into our designs. But the Senate guards that technology like dragons hoarding gold. We minor nobles might as well be asking for the moon. So here I am, turning to an old classmate for help. The Institute has recently initiated a limited technology transfer program, an effort to collaborate with noble houses on certain specialized breakthroughs. Naturally, you were the first person to come to mind. Well then, shall we continue this conversation inside? You may leave the car here. Yo, that's a good question. She needed something. Like, honestly, I think the easiest fix would just be keep her numbers as they are, but make it so her ECB breaks 2 cores. If she did that, she'd be good. Like, straight up, she would just be good. But, God, she doesn't do enough. She only has numbers, and her numbers aren't high enough. But you might as well, like, replace her numbers with somebody who has numbers and utility. So, it sucks. It sucks. Several dozen minutes later, a shadowy figure crouches low, slinking toward the sleek sports car. A key, the key, rightfully belonging to the car's owner, slides into the ignition. Hey, good morning, Raven. Or afternoon, Raven. One of the two. It's afternoon for me. The door swings open. Hypatia slides inside, adjusts the seat with practiced ease, and scans the controls. Her fingers tighten around the steering wheel, a slow, steadying breath. Then, boom! Holy fuck. Damn it! What's going on with that car? Hey, stop her! Oh, is she taking off? I assumed that it meant that she was, Hold on, my capture software's... Uno momento, my capture software froze. Hello? Capture software? There it goes. Okay. With the accelerator floored, the silver beast rockets forward, tires screeching as it blasts through the manor gates. Forgive me, Jacqueline. I promise I'll help you with that technology sharing later. But just this once, let me borrow your car for one day. The wheel jerks hard right. The sports car obeys without hesitation, roaring away from Fraser City. The jamming should stop here. Please, you have to answer me. Hella! Oh yeah, that was a short edition. No combat, no after story, just a straight, real one story. May the wind dispel bitterness, erase confusion, and dry the lingering tears. Yeah, I'm hoping a lot out of Coco's Reforge. Mainly because I want Coco to be good again. my number one hope, and I don't think they'll do it, but Coquelic's ECB, if you have it maxed out, lasts 10 seconds. And I really want them to make it so that every time her ECB is procced, like each individual hit, permanently increases the damage for the entire duration of those 10 seconds. And then as soon as the ECB ends, like, the damage ends too. But, like, I want it to be able to scale infinitely. So if you, like, could somehow get 3,000 attacks in 10 seconds, then her ECB is doing 3,000 stacks of damage. I don't think they'll do that. But that's a really easy way for them to make sure that Coquelic, like, stays relevant as we get faster and faster attacking characters. And, like, each time we get, like, a really fast attacking character, Coquelic gets refreshed again. So that's what I hope they do, along with some other changes. You know, they always do a good job with the Reforges, but that's kind of what I'm looking out for. Is some way to just, like, scale that ECB like you wouldn't believe. And that also, like, again, I want Coquelic to stay single target, and making it like you have to stack it up enables it to stay, like, single target focused and not necessarily used multiple times throughout the waves. 3 ECB charges for longer fights. That would be interesting. Put, like, a cooldown on it. I could see it. I mean, as long as she has, like, if you really want to limit it, put it on a 30-second cooldown. That way it's just, like, Tide of Ashes only. Or I guess there's some longer ones too. Like, you could use it in ROTD that way. You could use it in Mania training. But if they could probably bump it down to 20 seconds and still not have it, like, run rampant in BFL. Because that's like the big concern with giving it 3 charges. Because if you have, let's say you have 3 charges and those charges last, and they have no cooldown, you can just be holding the Coquelic ECB, like, literally the entire fight. And that'd be a little absurd. But yeah, if you put a cooldown on it, absolutely that could work. I like that idea. But again, I'm sure Anta will cook up something beautiful for us. They've done a good job with all their Reforges so far. Even Eddie. So, I mean, if they got Eddie right, then... Consciousness drifts in the darkness. Trapped in an endless nightmare, she watches the black ring bleed into existence once again. The jagged halo of crimson once swallowed the sky above Syndicate, leaving her loved ones torn apart, while she was too weak to save them. Emotions long buried surge forth like a tide of blackened sludge, dragging her down, drowning her in the depths of her own dread. The fear, the crushing helplessness, they never truly left. She had only locked them away, buried them where they festered. The black rain's gonna blow any second. That idiot threw herself in just to get me out. I can't stop it now. But someone's gotta know what's happening. I have to do something. What else can I do now? Come on, stupid brain, work! Everyone's going to die if you don't figure this out! She wants to become stronger. She must, because... I understand. I'll wait for you to become stronger, for you to come back. 3 days left? Hell yeah. Hell yeah, 3 days. Chief, Hikate, 99. Without you guys here, becoming stronger feels so impossible. There's just so much I can't handle alone. No matter how hard I push myself, no matter how strong I get, some things just don't work out. Some people I just can't save. Feels like I'm the only one who still is useless, who can't do anything. Bang! Huh? As if a hard kick landed on her rear, her anger... Oh yeah, I read that right. As if a hard kick landed on her rear, her anger and frustration are instantly booted away, replaced by infuriating, ever-grinning voice in her ear. Silly. You had to go play in here all by yourself? Ever consider ganging up on your enemies? I've left you all the goodies I've been stashing away. Make sure they don't go to waste, okay? Refugee settlement outside the Aurum Secretum Institute. This is all happening like the same day. This is June 24th still. Unless 201 might have started on the 23rd. But it's definitely like all in the same span of like 2 or 3 days. Hella, you finally woke up. The world slowly sharpens into focus as 2 worried facers hover above her. Oro? When did you get out? No, wait. How long has it been? Then the pain crashes in. Every muscle screams in protest. Her wounds burn as if seared by fire, and her throat is so parched it cracks when she tries to speak. Careful. Does it hurt? When I found you, you were burning up all over. Your throat must feel all scratchy and dry. Wait here. I'll go get some water. Thani rises and leaves. Ella coughs, her gaze drifting over her surroundings. She's lying in a tent in the refugee camp, wrapped in what seems to be the tent's only blanket. The contamination in your body's bad. Just stay down and don't try to move. Whatever's going on, it can wait. A scorching hand seizes Horo's arm. Ella's voice is raw, barely more than a whisper, yet she grits her teeth and speaks. I have to tell you now. At the center of the maze, the danger Synex mentioned. Horo, you were right. I saw the inheritance. They're going to set off a black ring. Synex is ground zero. They're dragging everyone down with them. That's a good question. I don't think they're going to do like a Horo reforge, or we'll probably get a reforge, but I don't think they're doing like a Horo altar anytime soon. They did. I haven't made a video on it yet, but they did kind of allude that scourges are going to be happening, and like scourges is their in-game terminology for altars, right? Like a sinner is connected to the black rings. And there's like not the black rings, the shackles, sorry. The sinners are all connected to Chief in the shackles. And then a scourge of mania can cause them to have a second awakening. That's the lore implications of it. So Hella's gonna have, spoilers, Obviously, a second awakening through the Scourge. And they kind of hinted that other characters are going to have this happen to them too. And it kind of makes sense from a lore perspective, because if you look at Jelena and Infer, they both started their events as B rank centers. And then like a traumatic moment happened, and they both spiked in power up to an S rank center. So we know that centers can like deepen their mania. They're just using Scourge as like a keyword for that idea. So they're definitely hinting at the idea that we're going to see other centers as Scourges. But, you know, if they're hinting at it with another character, I haven't seen it yet. Okay. The sky hangs heavy with clouds. Without warning, a squad of guards bursts into the refugee camp. Refugees shrink back, pressing into the shadows, their hushed whispers laced with surprise and confusion. The screening officers? But they were just here yesterday. Zoya's second awakened while shackled by Chief. Did she awaken? Like have a reawakening when shackled by Chief? Probably did. I don't remember the. It's been 3 years since I've read that, so. You there. Where are the Furians who arrived recently? The visitors clearly mean no trouble. Or no, the visitors clearly mean trouble. Uriel tenses, but his voice stays steady, testing the waters with words careful. Furians? Didn't they get taken to the Institute their first day here? Who are you looking for, exactly? This is an order from above. 2 city people are hiding among the refugees and now they're gone. You see them, you report them immediately. No hiding refugees. Got it? Chaos erupts. Behind the clamoring cloud, a figure slips through the shadows, quickly darting in the opposite direction. Okay, so this event has been really good. But the one thing I will say about it is like day 1, it started off kind of slow and then had like this massive climax. And then day 2 kind of started a little slow when we went back to the refugee camp again, and it ended with the massive climax of the inheritance. Now day 3 is starting pretty slow again, and it's going to end with a massive climax. So they really made it so like each individual day is its own like classic storyline, right? Like I forget the graph they showed us in elementary school, but they kind of like showed us how a book is written. It starts off really slow as you're introducing all the characters, and then it slowly ramps up in intensity until it gets to the climax, and then it falls down just a little bit and the book ends. And they're kind of doing that graph 3 times in this event, with slow build up into a climax 3 separate times. How could this happen? Then, does that mean everybody who got picked before is... I tried to stop them, but I was too weak. Synex was the one who threw me out. She had a whole new look with red claws. She technically should be considered a Scourge Center, but who knows? Okay, yeah, when we're talking like what we saw of her like after the Chapter 13 story. So like post Black Rank and Bai helping her escape. Yeah. Definitely agree that whatever the outcome of that, she should be considered a Scourge. And like, she will definitely be a Scourge Center in the future, but I don't think they've hinted at her being released anytime soon. Just like how like they've hinted that Subject R will be a center in the future, but we haven't heard any news of Subject R in 3 years. I'm starting to think that Subject R doesn't exist, and she was in like because they've rewrote a lot of that original lore. Or rewrit is maybe a little harsh. Maybe it's more like diverged from some of that earlier lore. They've kind of went into a different direction. And I'm wondering if Subject R is part of that redirection, because we haven't seen her at all. We're running out of time. We have to move now. The wounds Mania carved into her refused to heal, their pain a constant tremor in her muscles. Another wave of dizziness crashes over her, Hela grits her teeth and forces herself to stay upright. I'm so useless. I said I'd get stronger, left MBCC to prove I could handle the real world. But look at me. Still just a screw up. All I do is run my mouth. Rat Queen of Syndicate? Just a dumb title made to dumbasses think it looks scary. But when it actually mattered, got my ass handed to me. Like always. Synex is still trapped in with those freaks, and if they set up the black ring, it'll be just like last time. A soft pat brushes Hela's back, then the scrawny warmth of the blanket settles over her. It's Horo. With surprising tenderness, she guides Hela down, cocooning her in layers of fabric. Subject R used to have an underground tattoo, but they removed it. Damn. Okay, when I said not necessarily rewriting, that's a rewrite. That's a rewrite. Like, some things are absolutely rewritten, but most of it is just like they changed directions and like they kept the original lore. But that's crazy they rewrote that. Hey, take it easy. Stand down and just listen for a sec. After we got separated, we were stuck in that damn maze. Couldn't reach you, couldn't find an exit. But at least the enemy numbers didn't keep piling up. Then, a few hours ago, some kind of disturbance hit, and most of the maze just collapsed. That's when I saw you, staggering out of the wreckage. Through the haze of fever and fabric, Hela feels arms wrap around her, steady and gentle. Horo's voice reaches her, muffled and distant, words dissolving in the fog of her mind. This isn't your fault. We were the ones who came too late. Charging in alone to dig up the truth? That took real guts. You're already braver than most. Did you guys see, like the Paths Nowhere, like, beta artwork? Beta designs. I wonder if I can find it easily. Art revisions. Yeah, this is it. Trying to find like a good one. I haven't seen a lot of these. I'll probably save this for a video, but this is a good video idea. Basically, when the game was in beta, they had some very different designs, and then when it came out, we obviously got, you know, the official artwork. But honestly, the beta designs are really fucking cool, and I'm sad that most of them didn't get in to the game. If you want to see some of that beta artwork, look up Path Nowhere beta designs, Path Nowhere art revisions, Path Nowhere Project Dark. Any of those keywords should help you find it. But yeah, and in the beta, I forgot who it was. Ignis and somebody. I think Ignis and Hela were the two. But their take on the original Ignis made she was too aggressive, and it made the chief feel kind of not important. The game the people playing the beta perceived Ignis and Hela as being the main characters instead of Chief being the main character. So to help empower the Chief and make it feel like you're in control and not like, you know, a third person in your own game, they took Ignis away as being one of the stars and replaced her with Hecate, who was like a very muted character, to allow Chief to have some sort of like dominance in her own space, right? Watched a Juju video about it like 2 years ago. Oh, that's interesting. I don't catch every single one of her videos, and I definitely missed that one. There's a lot of good work for the community. A lot of good translations. Her and EKG. Good translations. Mostly good content. Okay, Hella curls tighter, fingers clutching the blankets as a sob tears free. The thick layers swallow the sound, but her shoulders shake anyways. Oro's hand moves in a slow circles on her back, silent pacts to ignore the tears. But the moment of peace doesn't last long. Commotion erupts outside, and the tent flap whips open with a violent snap as someone stumbles outside. They're here. The Institute's sweeping the camp. They'll get here any minute. You need to go, now. Sure enough, the commotion draws closer. There's no time to wait for her wounds to heal. They have to move now. Ella feels the blankets tighten around her as strong hands haul her upright, urgency in every motion. Thani told me, you got into the Institute. A voice thick with suppressed emotion reaches her ears. It takes Hella several seconds to register who's speaking. Did you see my boy? Is he still alive? Yeah, the sad boy. They had to hit us with a tearjerker at some point to show us that Frasier's the bad guy. And this little boy is like remember guys, Frasier's the bad guy, okay? Of course she saw him, but Hella doesn't know how to answer this desperate mother. I saw him at the Institute. He told me the Frasier people are researching something really, really dangerous. The whole screening process and the Orm Secretum are just a front. Everyone they drag into that facility, they're just sacrifices for them to get hypercubes. Her throat tight and dry. Ella forces out the words she must say. And then he insisted on staying behind. Said he has to keep fighting those bastards. So, he's not coming back. Not yet. The woman's grip tightens on Hella's arm, hard enough to border on pain. Her voice trembles. Thank you. Right. He was always so brave. So kind. The back of Hella's hand grows damp with tears. In this moment, any comfort feels hollow. The clamor draws nearer, but the figure ahead halts abruptly. Without anyone noticing, a crowd of refugees have gathered at the entrance. Their eyes lock onto the city interlopers inside the tent, faces unreadable. Damn it! As the time slips away, she can already hear the guard's shouts edging closer. There's no time to explain everything to the refugees. Should she force her way through? Horo's hand reaches back toward her weapon, but she stalls, gripped by hesitation. Someone makes the first move. A refugee sheds their cloak, flinging it over Hella and Horo. Others surge forward, swallowing them into the crowd as it funnels towards the camp's exit. Hella jerks her head up in surprise, only to find a pale and strained face. Sandra offers a thin, forced smile. You helped our family in Fuhr. That makes you our friend. Let's go. I'll help you get out of here. Cool. Okay, I just want to... I have to share something here, right? We are, almost done with the story. Okay? We are almost done, but if we go to Special Operation right now... Okay, we're 73% of the way through, right? We have 1 of 11 images collected. What is this? Anzo, please fix. And I know some of these we've seen already. But they're just like, nope. Nope, you don't get into this artwork yet. We absolutely have some of this. Hold on. One of these images we should have seen. Where is it? This artwork. We've seen this artwork. We should have it unlocked in the special operations. But for some reason we don't. And Anzo, please fix. Okay, 3-3. About an hour later, vicinity of Orm Secretum Institute Farlands. Beyond Fraser City's limits, the Legion convoy has pitched a temporary camp on the windswept dunes. Oro stands in a corner, sheltered from the wind. A hollowing gale reaches her ears through the communicator. Someone's pushing the vehicle too hard. Thank goodness, I finally got to you. Sounds like you're dealing with quite a bit of trouble yourself. At least last time I checked. Maybe it's just because I haven't finished the event. Have you finished the event, Senti? The screen flares abruptly, casting a pale glow across her face as a file unfolds before her, its dense text materializing in the air. To cut to the chase, I've uncovered information on the Black Ring Project and the Inheritance. In NF90, the Senate passed a resolution to widely accept refugees displaced by calamities and war, alongside the launch of a candidate screening initiative. By NF106, the Farland Alliance has formalized a friendship treaty with this city. Concurrently, the Fraser Orm Secretum Research Institute pivoted its research focus to Black Ring domain, strategically redirecting refugee flows toward remote research outposts established beyond the city's borders. Okay, well, I'll double check after I finish the event and see if it's just like it doesn't work until you finish the event for some reason. In NF-112, BR-002 in this city was successfully suppressed, leading to the formation of a new mine. During this period, Campbell forged clandestine ties with the underground to relocate the Inheritance to Fraser. The Institute commenced contact experiments, and its previously stagnant Orm Secretum research rapidly yielded breakthroughs. As the Orm Secretum Institute's advancements accelerated, Project BR-005 was officially greenlit to amass sufficient military strength to subjugate this city. Oh yeah, so they're planning for all-out war. But a Black Ring alone isn't enough. They want means to control it. Shepard, Chief. In F-115, Fraser proceeds with its plan to have this city host the 13th Great Expo. The head of the Campbell family will personally travel to this city and attempt to capture Shepard 13 and eliminate the threat. That's why my brother went to this city. I should have realized it sooner. Project BR-005 is very much real. They've prepared 2 explosion sites, one beneath Fuhrer and the other at the Orm Secretum Research Institute. Synex, she will become this corpse-born, but if she fails, their contingency is far more monstrous. They intend to sacrifice the countless refugees near the Institute, along with the Apostle Vastus from Fuhrer, all to trigger the Black Ring. Merely stopping the corpus reception won't suffice. To truly end this, we must also destroy the Inheritance. After a quick scan of the documents, Horo clicks her tongue in dismay. The enemy's meticulous planning spans years. While her side boasts only a handful of trained fighters, the rest are last-minute conscripts, barely worthy of being called a militia. Thanks to your reputation and furs, we got some refugees out, but most are still stuck in the camps. They've been under Fraser's thumb for years. When the real conflict breaks out, who knows where their loyalty will land? Horo looks over her shoulder, where the refugees who evacuated with them are setting up camp. The Legion's stretched thin, and calling for backup from this city would take a while. Can you sabotage the detonation from inside? I forgot that the mirror system was the thing, and I got 600 cubes from there. I'm not sure what we're talking about the mirror system, but good 600 cubes. It would be challenging. I attempted to reach out to my colleagues within the Institute, but none have responded. I fear they may have been confined, just as I was. Horo remains quiet, watching the sun's dying light paints the dunes blood red. Decision time approaches. Without shelter, her hardened Legion members might endure the night, but the refugees and wounded would freeze to death when temperatures plunge after dark. Likely sensing Horo's hesitation, a wary sigh breaks through the communicator static. And Hela? How is she doing? more enjoyable listening to you reading the story within the game, even though I haven't reached this point yet. It doesn't matter. I'm having fun. Good shit. Good shit. The voice acting is incredible, and I'm sad that I can't. I'm sad that you guys have to listen to my dumbass try to recreate the voices, but the voice acting is top tier, so you're missing out on that. But aside from that, hey, good to have you here. At this moment, Hella stands atop a sand dune, her eyes fixed on the distant Research Institute complex. The thin blanket wrapped around her does little to shield against the biting evening wind. Gusts threaten to tear it away, but Hella pays no mind. The cold's a relief, cooling her overheated thoughts. Beneath her feet, barely visible sketches sprawl across the sand. Crooked lines link scattered words, helping her piece together clarity. Thinking sometimes matters more than a tough fist. She murmurs the words Chief had left before she departed MBCC, then picks up a branch to resume drawing in the sand. She may never match Chief's skill, but at that time spent with that dummy taught her something. But all that time with that dummy taught her something. How to analyze, how to strategize. Hella tightens her grip on the branch and begins sketching again. Just like that dummy Chief said, the weak have their own ways of fighting. There must still be something I can do. Orm Secretum. Oh, this is her. The Orm Secretum Research Institute has 2 underground levels. The first one is a maze, and the second one is their main experiment site. The cocoon formed by the inheritance is still growing. When the time comes, that thing and Synex are going to trigger the black ring down there. So to stop this whole disaster, we've got to either wreck the cocoon or drag Synex out of there. First problem, the refugee and those Orm Secretum devices. Tons of refugees, but at least they're easy to trick. Shouldn't be too hard. God, the voice acting is so good here. Hella's voice actress absolutely fucking kills it. One day I'll figure it out. I think it's a hardware thing. I think I need to, I bought a capture card, and I think I need to get a better capture card. Either that or my tablet just doesn't have the output for it. But it's literally the only port on the tablet, so yeah, that would suck. But it's something with my tablet or my capture card. One of the two. The branch drops down as she scrawls, "Trick away," next to refugees in crooked letters. Then there are the Institute's own guards. Not a lot of them, but they're tough as nails and total jerks to fight. Maybe the Legion could help keeping them busy? But do we even have enough people? A straight up attack's still way too risky, isn't it? Okay, fine. Let's say we somehow bust past the outer guards. Then we've got to deal with Synex's underground maze, which means another brutal fight. Gah! Synex, you absolute idiot! Who builds death traps like this? You're literally making it impossible for me to save your dumbass. Voice acting there was so good. Hella, what are you drawing? I'm trying to figure a way to get Synex out. Then let us help. You? Hella turns to see the refugee standing behind Thani. Hella, even after everything you told us about Orm Secretum experiments, we still think of Synex as our hero. It's not because she got to live the life we all wished for, but because even when things were so painful, she still found the strength to fight back. We might not be strong, but we won't let our... God, I can't read in her voice. Okay, let me try that again. Her voice is hard to recreate. We might not be strong, but we won't let anyone throw our lives away like they don't matter. Our lives belong to us, and we'll protect them ourselves. You guys, alright, let's figure this out together. Synex and the Inheritance are both at the very bottom of the Institute. but we'd have to fight through too many security levels to get there. We don't have the numbers or the guns for that kind of suicide mission. With all these refugees crowding the ground level and the guards at every turn, if only there was a way to get straight through to the bottom floor. There is one, Danny. Don't you remember? There's a path that goes straight inside. Are they going to climb up the sewage pipe? Eh? Huh? That Orem Secretan pipeline! Yeah, they're going to climb up the sewage pipe. Alright, I'll let her know. As Sora tucks away her communicator, she glances up just in time to see Hela hurtling down the crest of a sand dune, diving straight for her. Horo, I figured it out! Synex was totally right. We gotta make some serious noise. Like something so big it drags everyone in. Wait, what are you talking about? Horo opens her mouth to tell her to calm down, but the words die on her lips as she sees the fire reignited in Hela's eyes. Come with me, you gotta hear this plan. Hela pulls Horo as they head up the sand dune. These are... The sand sprawled with vast, intricate drawings. Though the artist's strokes still hold a childlike roughness, each mark bears the weight of deliberate effort, every line distinct, every shape painstakingly formed. Synex, the inheritance, all those refugees and test subjects underground, they've got way too much under their thumb. Even the Legion's strength, there's no way just a few of us can take them head on. Just like back in Syndicate. Hela shares stories from her time in Syndicate, the Drifter Camp, BR-002, the new mine. She's known it for years. The weak aren't powerless. Even ordinary hands can clutch blades. Even ordinary voices can roar. Look, I know I'm not strong enough alone. One person can't win every fight. One person can't save everyone, but that's fine. If one can't do it, we bring two. If two can't, then we drag in everybody. We'll all throw our strength together and turn this place upside down. Everyone's got something to give. Every little bit counts. The more chaos we stir up, the more cracks we'll find to hit them where it hurts. Like this, and then that. That'll handle the outer refugees and guards. Then all we need is a strike team to slip into the Research Institute mid-chaos, preferably someone who's already been in there. So, what do you think? Don't tell me you're going to back out now. Horo sees it, the gleam of determination burning in Hela's eyes. No one notices the exact moment it happens, but now they stand together. The Legion members, refugees, allies old and new, all drawn to Hela and Horo's side. These are the people they fought for, the ones who fought beside them. Now they are more than a crowd, they are their strength. No matter how weak she seems, no matter how hard she's struck, Hela always rises, swift, stubborn, unbroken. This is the Hela Horo knows. Somehow, that crafty troublemaker from Syndicate has become something extraordinary. A spark that ignites a force that unites. She still calls herself weak, but isn't this the proof? You'll come with me, right, Horo? Horo grins, reaching out to push Hela's head down and ruffle her hair vigorously. Of course. Back out isn't part of the Legion's vocabulary. Since you've already made up your mind, the Legion will be there with you. So become the spearhead, Hela. Alright, countdown to ignition. Do you hear that? The scorching wind that ignites everything in its path. About another hour later, vicinity of the Orem Secretum Institute, Farlands. Inside the refugee camp, armed Institute guards brandished their weapons as they herd people toward the central clearing. The only road leading to the Research Institute is a heavily fortified gauntlet of checkpoints, nearly impassable. The crowd stirs with restless fears, murmuring among themselves, but too terrified to resist. And then a scream shatters the silence. Ah! A monster! A monster's coming! The cry lands like a detonation, sending shockwaves through the camp. Chaos erupts, shouts, scrambling bodies, and suddenly a mass of robed refugees, faces hidden, surge toward the guards. Fear's fragile dam breaks, panic ignites, and the crowd stampede towards the Institute's entrance. A thrashing tide of bodies, guards bellow orders, but their voices drown in the frenzy. Within seconds, they're swallowed by the human storm. Okay, this is how mania is created. This exact scenario that they're describing right now, mass panic and like fear, this is mania. Stop right there, hands up. But in the swirling chaos, orders are lost to the wind. The crowd surges forward, unstoppable. The guards exchange grim glances. Then the metallic click of rifles being cocked echoes through the air. What the hell do you think you're... Ugh! A dull thwack cuts him off mid-sentence. His body stiffens, then crumples backward like a felled tree. The attacker tosses aside the wooden stick, exhaling sharply. Sweet dreams, Mr. Guard. Danny glances back, just in time to see the other team vanish into the Institute's interest, swallowed by the pandemonium. Hell yeah, we got parallel lines. Fading away. 3 hours ago. Oh, this is a while back. You drew all of this? Not by myself. Everyone helped. Ella waved a tree branch, pointing to a circular pattern at the bottom of the sand map. This is our target. The core laboratory located at the bottom level. The Inheritance and Synex should both be there. We can sneak through the drainage pipes. They'll take us straight from the outside to the city, right into the maze on the first underground level. That way, we dodge the refugees and the guards on the surface. The maze has always been Synex's turf. She's stashed something deep inside, a contingency plan that can disrupt the ritual. We've got to find it, and fast. And once we do, we go straight to the core area, break Synex's change, and smash the Inheritance to pieces. Oro doesn't answer straight away. Instead, she takes the tree branch from Hilla's grip before leaning over the map. With deliberate strokes, she circles several injunctions connecting the areas. The Institute won't leave those checkpoints unguarded. You got a plan to handle them? Leave it to us. We deal with these people every day, so this bit of trouble is nothing. Yep, Danny and the others will keep the guards busy while we handle things inside the maze. And once we hit the core, we'll have Synex backing us up. She'll be a strong ally for sure. Synex's defense map shows heavy guard presence underground too. At this critical stage, security will be at its peak. Can we really enter the core area in one piece? You're overestimating their combat capability. Once evacuation begins, living personnel will be replaced by Orm Secretim automations. You just need to destroy the core receiver to disrupt their command signals and disable them entirely. I've modified Hella's communicator with a special function. Once destroyed, it will emit a pulse, disabling all Orm Secretim receivers within 20 meters. Use it when necessary. As for me, with a skillful drift, Ella steers the sports car onto a different road. BR005 involves more than just the Institute. The Campbell family and Fraser Senate stand behind it. If complications arise, they would undoubtedly summon reinforcements. I'll sever communications between Fraser and the Research Institute, cutting off their final recourse. I have one last question. What exactly is Synex's contingency plan, and how sure are we that it can actually stop the ritual? Well, honestly, I don't really get it either, but no plan ever goes perfectly anyway. Didn't Synex say she likes to stir up trouble? Well, I'll give her a show she won't forget. Back underground, half the maze's barriers have collapsed since their last visit. Hella and the Legion weave swiftly through the wreckage, making straight for the center. A lot of bone-curdling snaps and squeals. What's happening? The alchemic beasts are attacking the guards? Aurum Secretum mechanical guards lie strewn across the ground, smashed aside by the rampaging monsters. The creatures claw open the armored husk, feasting on the glowing Aurum Secretum cores within. So, this is the contingency plan she left for me? Gotta admit, it's pretty damn clever. Before she can say more, a deafening roar echoes from the depths of the maze. Roar! The ground heaves. From the abyssal dark, a monstrosity of impossible scale erupts, its razor-sharp blade splintering upon each strike, only to be reforged by mania. The sheer force rips at the seams of reality. Hela? Is this also part of her contingency plan? Despite feeling the ground trembling beneath her feet, Hela breaks into an excited grin. This big guy definitely wasn't around before. If Synex went through the trouble of unleashing it, this thing must be it. Okay, now we just gotta fight it. Am I still using my my event team? Yeah. Okay, at the same time, the Expo, Adeline is talking about his sister to everyone who wants to hear it. I bet Adeline's favorite anime is... Not familiar with that anime. But the chat is. You guys are definitely familiar. I don't understand the summoning logic for Hypatia's turret. So, like, I tried to cut it off so that, like, the direct adjacent tiles, the cross area, I've blocked off every available tile except for one. So I figured the turret would just go to the closest spot. But instead it went to the bottom corner. So I don't... It's not very important, but it could be kind of important for like a BFL run or something. I'd like to know the summoning logic behind this turret, but not enough for me to test. Do I get to actually core break? Holy shit, I did it. I broke cores. Synex, use your ult. They have enough HP to not just get blasted by Hypatia. Okay, they're going back to being blasted by Hypatia. Goes clockwise as far as I know. Starting... I'm assuming starting, like... You know if it's starting forward or if it's starting down? I mean, again, that's an easy thing to test, so I should probably just test it, but I'm lazy. Oh, this guy, and avoiding everything that's not true damage. Oh, look at that. God, it just healed all that instantly. Lost half itself to the ECP. It was like, no, I'm healed now. So that's one thing that's really nice about true damage, that I don't think most people realize. Like, this enemy is super annoying, because it has like 70% dodge. But true damage ignores dodge. Like, it's true not only in defenses, but also your ability to dodge it. So that's really cool. I should probably break this, because that's a ton of shields. Huh? Safar frowns. It's too quiet. Silent pricks at his instincts. Something is wrong. Beyond his grasp, events twist unseen, slipping like smoke through his fingers. His skeptical gaze cuts to Synex. She's still shackled, yet when their eyes meet, her lips curl into a smile. Suspecting me again? Or are you finally doubting others? Those you've never dared question? His silence only makes Synex's smile widen with delight, her voice tinged with mockery. How curious. The black ring is about to explode. Everyone's fled like frightened rats, and yet, here you stand. Why, I wonder? Yeah, this is definitely like a very strange Path Nowhere song. Believe it or not, this is from Ode to Sun. This is Yao's event. It's called Unrivaled Adept. But it's definitely like a more old school, like arcade hit. Oh, okay. Is it pity, distrust, or that meaningless quest for redemption you're clinging to? Or maybe, you know I'm right, but lack the spine to admit it? My duty is to ensure the plan proceeds without disruption and oversee your successful reception of the corpus. My personal safety is irrelevant. Enzo also makes true damage A ranks, unlike Arknights. The closest we get are Ritualists, but they suck at providing true damage. Yeah. Arknights is a whole different rabbit hole. But I'm really excited for Siglinde. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Really excited for her because she's a factor that not many people are considering. Everybody's too distracted by the S ranks. And like she only works with Augustus, so like, you know, that's kind of limiting the scope of her discussion, but very good character. Excited to try her out. Monster's eyes narrow, a glint of cunning sharpening her gaze, her lips revealing the sinuous flicker of a serpent's tongue. Safar's brow furrows as the cold weight settles deeper in his chest. Dude, it's not me who's bringing it up, all right? It's chat brings up Arknights, and then I gotta throw shade, all right? That's just their roles. Although I can blame myself because I started playing it again like last week or the week before. Like this month, I started playing it again. So I only have myself to blame. Still lying to yourself, I see. Do you really think Frazier would just hand over their hypercubes? Wake up, darling. They'll just use the mine as bait. You're all just expendable, glorified slaves on Frazier's leash. That Dis City girl you pity? She survived a Black Ring too. Funny, isn't it? The hypercube mine set on fire by the miners? Guess who took it? Synex lowers her head slightly, her tone softening. Let me go, and I'll peel back the truth for you. The real Black Ring project. Then you can see just how foolishly naive you've been. Aye. Boom. A violent tremor splits the air. The walls shudder as distant roars. Oh wait, the wall shudders. God, I cannot read today. The walls shudder as distant roars and the clash of steel bleed through the stone. Safar whirls around only to find Synex smiling with contentment. Synex, you did this? Oh, it's nothing special. Just a little pre-arranged surprise. We are colleagues after all. Wouldn't it be rude not to share the fun with everyone? Spider can only afford one gacha at a time. Well, that's the thing. You just don't, you embrace the free-to-play lifestyle, okay? Like, so, the Arknights vibe, right? I don't look at the future stuff. I don't know what's coming out. I don't know the meta. I'm just pressing buttons. And that's the good space, right? I am a complete casual. That's a good place to be. It does, you don't have to afford a gacha if you don't spend anything on a gacha, right? Oh, poor Cinti. Yeah, you're experiencing, yeah, that's probably the easiest reason to drop a gacha. Her shackles rattle as she lifts her wrists gently as if to mock them. The metallic chime twists to its chaos beyond, swallowing her voice. Save your breath, Safar. I'm done running now. I'm going to stay, to destroy it all. You! Boom! An even louder tremble tears through the air, its shockwave rippling up from below. Synex's lip move, her words swallowed by the shuddering chaos, but Safar hears them anyway. He goes rigid, lightning struck, breath trapped in his throat. The monitoring screen flickers to life, issuing a commanding order. Safar, the refugees outside are rioting. Our plan cannot tolerate any deviation. Suppress them by any means necessary. Safar ignores the order, only staring at Synex in disbelief. Safar! Safar's mouth opens, then snaps shut. His Adam apple bobs once, twice, as if choking on unspoken words. But in the end, he says nothing. Yes. Only Synex remains in the testing site. Hermes's gaze lingers on the still smiling woman, his eyes devoid of warmth. To him, she is nothing more than a specimen, perfectly preserved, flawlessly suspended, awaiting the precision of his scalpel. I had hoped to keep the corpus vessel intact, but given the circumstances, we have to take special measures. I'm too weak, must spend money. Yeah, you are definitely the gacha target audience. You're also probably the person who shouldn't be playing gachas, if I'm being honest. But you know, that's just my there are certain people who shouldn't go out gambling. There are certain people who they'll delve into a hobby a little too unhealthily. And if you fall to the thanks for the $5 with Spider. Spider, you're hilarious. See, I was just like talking shit about you. Now I feel bad talking shit about you. So I'm going to end it there. But yeah, gacha players definitely like people like you that feel the need to spend money. Bro just can't resist spending. Seriously, Spider. You need help? No, I'm kidding, Spider. I'm just kidding. I don't mean to pick on you. You're great. He gotchas for you. That's funny. There is nothing new under the sun. Leaving the dark, oppressive underground behind, Safar finally feels the warmth of sunlight on his skin again. The institute lies abandoned and halls empty, its personnel long gone. An unnatural silence lingers, broken by distant, muffled clamor from outside. Amid the thundering sounds of battle, Safar heard a whisper in his ear. Darlin, even Pawn should think for once in a while. All those years groveling for Campbell, you grew up, but never wise. For old time's sake, I'll throw in a little bonus tip. It's the endgame now. You'll see the truth for yourself. I'll tell you exactly where to look. Hey, Spider, if you can only play one gacha game because you feel the need, then I'm glad it's Path of Nowhere. I think Path of Nowhere is the best one to spend your money on right now. I haven't played as many gachas as I'm sure the chat has played. I know people who are like into gachas are like super duper into gachas, and they'll play like, I know people who are playing like 6 gachas at the same time. That's crazy to me. But for some people, that's just, what they do. For me, I can only handle like 1, maybe 2. And that second one is like very casual. But out of all the ones I've played over the years, Path Nowhere is definitely my favorite. I've tried like, not all, but most of the Hoyo games. Arknights, obviously. I played Blue Archive for a little bit. Trying to think of others. There's some other ones that I downloaded and like deleted like the next day. There was that one, Reverse 1999. I tried that. And like some of them I could see why people like it. Like I can see why people like Reverse 1999. I can see why people like Blue Archive. I can see why people liked the Hoyo games, mainly because the Hoyo games just have like such a massive budget that it's a really pretty game. But that's about where my praise of the game ends. But out of all the games I've played, Path to Nowhere is like Head and Shoulders the best one. Head and Shoulders, not even close. Taking a deep breath, Safar pushes open the door to the director's office. Following Synex's instructions, he finally discovers a concealed drawer. Minutes later, he staggers out, his mind reeling. The daylight is fading. The dying sun stretches his shadow long across the floor. And there, at the far end of the corridor, a figure lurks in the darkness. Do you have something to tell me? The hooded figure remains silent, merely raising a hand to point downward. The underground? Synex's maze? Intruders? Or... Oh, see, Cinti over here knows the struggle. This is what I was talking about, people playing like 5 or 6 gotchas at a time. FGO, HSR, ZZZ, Path to Nowhere, Nikki, and Princess Connect actively. And there are some others just here and there, like Arcanite, Genshin, and Blue Archive. Cinti is deep in it. No, I can't do that. That's absurd to me. Although I've tried most of those games. I downloaded Nikki and deleted it the next day. I didn't try ZZZ. I play HSR like once a month. I don't play FGO, but one of my good friends does. And he used to stream FGO on Twitch, and I would watch a lot of FGO, but I didn't play it. Arknights, I played it as like my main game before Path to Nowhere came out. Then when Path to Nowhere came out, Arknights like slowly died. And then after like a year and a half, almost 2 years, I've come back to Arknights. This is like a very casual side game. Genshin, I downloaded Genshin and deleted it after like 5 minutes. I heard Painon's voice, and I was like, yep, that's enough for me to quit. And then Blue Archive, I played that on release, mainly because my buddy, the one who used to stream FGO, he wanted me to get into Blue Archive, like on release. So I was pretty active on Blue Archive at release, but then I stopped playing shortly after that one PvP sniper that came out. Oh, I forget her name. There was a blue sniper that came out. She was like the Tsubaki counter in PvP. Right around when she came out, I stopped playing. But I was deep into Blue Archive for a little bit there. I was like hitting platinum raids and all that other stuff. So I enjoyed my time, but the only thing I miss about Blue Archive is the music. The music in Blue Archive is really good. Most of them don't have too much content except in-game that I clear in 5 minutes, so it isn't that bad to keep up. That's how I feel about HSR. Like, it's really hard for me to care about Star Rail because, like, the story comes... It used to be the story was, like, 8 hours of just, like, wishing there was a skip button. Now there's a skip button, thankfully. But, when I, like, cool, I got this new character. Let me go try him out. There's nothing to do. You clear the Hall of Chaos. That takes you like 10 minutes. And then like you have the Pure Fiction, which takes like 5 minutes. And then you have that really hard, at least it's hard for me, that really hard toughness break one I don't know the name of. And that takes me a while. But it's just like grinding the same boss over and over again, like trying to figure out which team can beat it. But there's really just not that much to do in that game. Girls Frontline 2, I played it for a little bit. I dropped it. I keep wanting to like the Girls Frontline franchise. I played NeuroCloud for a little bit, and I really wanted to like NeuroCloud, and then I dropped it. And I played Girls Frontline 2 for a little bit, and I really wanted to like Girls Frontline 2, and I dropped it. So, like, I want to like those games, but I don't. I don't know what it is. HSR has a new in-game that needs you to beat 3 other in-games. I'm not sure if that's a good or bad thing, honestly. I'm going to need to, like, watch a video breakdown on... I'll watch 2 video breakdowns. One person telling me how awful this game mode is, and one person telling me how good this game mode is. And then maybe I can make a decision, but I can't tell if... It's like it needs more content, right? But it sounds kind of annoying, because... One thing about HSR is that, like, their entire business model is power creep. So whenever they release one of these new game modes, it's like, buy your anniversary character or else. And it feels like every time they release content, like an in-game mode or something for you to clear, it's like a threat, right? It's not like, hey, come over here and get free rewards. It's like, pull our fucking characters so you can recoup some of your losses. And it's just very hostile in HSR. Very, very hostile. Oh, Ediac is, or Ediac? Eddie AK? It's probably Eddie AK. Probably Eddie Arknights. Has the right idea. Playing gacha for the gameplay is absolutely the wrong way to play them. I think you play them for the story or the character collecting. Gameplay is entirely secondary. I agree with you for the most part. But I think you definitely need something, like, after you, like, let's say you really like the character, you really like the story, and you get that character through the gacha, right? Because you either really like the character or you really like the character story. You have to have something to do with that character. If you just, like, get the character and it's just like a collector's edition, then it doesn't feel good. I like, when I get a new character, I want to be able to use it. I want something to do. My cat is meowing desperately at the door, trying to barge his way in. But if I let him in here, he'll trample over everything and then chew on all my statues and little figurines. Got a bunch of, like, minis and stuff like that scattered through the room. Okay. Enough about other gachas. Thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk of shitting on literally every gacha that's not Path to Nowhere. But let's finish the story. Oh. Well, we finished the story. At least that section of the story. I didn't realize that. That was the actual end of the chapter. Oops. Come on. These things are way too tough, and they just keep coming. After leaving the underground maze, the group makes a swift advance toward the core laboratory, only to be cut off at the entrance by another squad of heavily armed Orm Secretum guards. Hello whips her water pipe in a wide arc, striking one guard with a deafening clang. Its head flies clean off, yet the headless body only staggers, rights itself, and lunges at her again. Oro steps in, her axe flashing down in a single brutal strike. This time the body crumples, motionless at last. They're not living things at all, but good thing we can still put them down. No sooner does she speak than 2 massive Orm Secretum guards emerge at the far end of the corridor, their armored frames dwarfing the ones before. Damn it! These guys aren't going down easy. Hella, time to use that thing. Yeah, we've already heard this. Yeah, right. Alice strokes the communicator in her hand, visibly struggling with herself, unable to bring herself to crush it. What? You really can't bear to let it go? My bad. I owe you a new one. I'll get you a new one when we get back to Syndicate. Oh, it's just a communicator, not some priceless treasure. Let's do it. Gritting her teeth, Ella tears the communicator from her neck and hurls it to the ground with all of her strength. With a sharp crack of its shell breaking, a shockwave of golden light erupts, surging outward. The guards caught in the blast just seize up, collapsing in twitching heaps. You bastards! I'm coming for your boss next and settling all scores! With that final curse, Ella whirls around and storms for the main door. At the testing site, Synex stands shackled at the center of the space. The mania on her seething with such ferocity that the very air around her seems to tremble. Hey, Synex, can you hear me? Oh god. Mania Synex. The next moment, Synex explodes forward with feral intensity. Ella barely twists aside to dodge her attack, and then she sees it. Runic brands flicker to life across Synex's skin. Oh shit, a Synex versus Synex fight? Everyone else get out of the way. Let them 1v1 as best as possible. Get him, Synex. No, stop helping. I can't get the turret to stop helping. Get him, Synex. Get him. Beat that ass. Why does it have cores? Synex, you can't break cores. Your biggest weakness on full display. Oh, wow. I just got Dragon's Mouth. Here, take another Dragon's Mouth back. Okay, we did it. Synex, quote-unquote, 1v1. Oh, it just ends like that? I don't even get like a damage preview or anything. It's just like, yeah, fuck you. Just I like watching the damage review. Oh well. I think we should have got that big model, Synex model I was just saying. You know, that's an interesting idea. And they're never going to do it because it's like such a nightmare for coding. But when are we getting our first like bigger than one tile center? It's never going to happen because it causes so many issues with like impassable terrain and like walls and stuff, but it's a neat idea at the same time. The attack ceases abruptly. The Orm Secretum shackles, linking Synex to the cocoon, jerk taut, pinning her in place. Huh? At first, Ella only stares, bewildered, then a sound from above. Her gaze snaps upward just as an image flickers to life before her, projected from the observation room overhead. So the old guy lurking behind the scenes finally shows himself. You ready to surrender, or what? No. Sacrificing a valuable corpse's vessel to stop a mere intrusion would be inefficient. For the current situation, we have a more optimal solution. Think of this as a proposal. A proposal? Precisely. You've all thoroughly proven your worth. Fraser has no interest in the backgrounds of talented individuals, only rewarding them properly. We can offer them far better compensation than this city ever could. Rather than fight a losing battle, why not join the side bound for victory? What do you say? Ella and Horo exchange glances. Half a second later, Ella sighs, brushes the dust off herself, and straightens up. Huh. And here I thought you were going to say something important. Turns out it's the same old crap. You're so talented. Join our side. We'll appreciate you more. Blah, 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 blah. She raises a single defiant finger, high, pointing toward the ceiling. Don't fucking underestimate us. How many times do you think I've heard the same tired bullshit? Your scam's weak as hell. Go practice for another 800 years before you even try to trick someone. Aura remains silent, simply standing beside Hela, her position already crystal clear. The battle resumes. Synex attacks grow frenzied, each strike more erratic than the last. As Hela barely evades them, she catches the glint of Aurum Secretum snaking across Synex's skin. And breaking its glow, Synex's flesh cracks, peels away, as if her very body is unraveling. A lot of games would have a scene like that expect you to take it seriously. Yeah, absolutely. Hit me with like the major decision on the right side of the screen. From her neck, a chain of Aurum Secretum extends like an umbilical cord, tethering her to the monstrous cocoon at the area's heart. The chain hums in a sync with the cocoon's pulse, amplifying Synex's power, but at a cost. With every surge, she becomes less human. Synex, you bastard, snap out of it already! Ah! Her words are useless. Another onslaught comes, relentless. Clang! Oro's massive axe intercepts the blow, but even she staggers under the force. The Legion's defense is barely holding Synex back, yet there's no opening, no chance to counterattack. She's a storm of violence, unyielding and unstoppable. At this rate, Synex won't last. Her body will shatter before the battle even ends. Damn it! The Legion's defensive perimeter continues to collapse. The man observes it with a cold scoff. The outcome is inevitable. There's no point in watching any further. Just as he turns to leave, an eerie disturbance prickles his senses. This is... With a guttural snarl, Synex shatters through the Legion's last defenses. She raises her arm for the killing strike, only for the fighters at her flanks to surge forward in perfect unison, locking her down in a brutal, coordinated counterattack. Hela, now! Metallic glint cuts through the monster's blurred vision. The dagger, temporarily sealed by Aurum Secretum, flares to life in Hela's grip as mania erupts, devouring everything in its wake. Brrr. Hey, Synex, you bastard! We've got way too much unfinished business for you to go just run away like this. Wake up, you hear me? Get up and pay what you owe me! The burst consumes nearly the entire testing site in a wave of searing energy. Thick smoke billows in every direction, obscuring the director's view of the chaos below. His frown deepens with frustration. He steps forward, straining for a clearer look. Bang! Razor-sharp claws slam against the observation room's energy barrier, sending a shower of sparks erupting through the haze. A figure emerges from the smoke. I've been dying to do this for ages. Monster's restraints lie in ruin. Severed by the blade, she is free. Fool, the Institute gave you more than enough freedom. You just lacked the sense to appreciate it. Do you really think you can survive outside? Cut off from your Aurum Secretum supply, you'll die. Another brutal strike. The barrier shudders, its surface alive with violent arcs of electricity, buckling under the force. You call it freedom on a leash freedom? Don't make me laugh. You're all so arrogant, only staring at what's in front of your faces as at your little chains and seals, convicted they would cage monsters. Suddenly, Synex releases her grip. A slow, deliberate smile curls across her lips as she plunges from above. The glow of the cocoon pulses below, waiting to embrace her fall. The director's expression finally changes. So you never understood. What we've always needed was never that damn thing. Thani, quick, look over there. What is that? Boom! Countless bombs ignite, their thunderous blast rippling through the Institute's halls. The grand main facility erupts in gouts of flame, resembling, oddly enough, a celebration. That's good fucking art right there. Hell fucking yeah, that's what we like to see. Fireworks! They're setting off fireworks! Every entrance and exit lies blown open. Freed from restraints, the alchemical beasts surge forth in a frenzied tide, scattering in all directions. How the hell are all the alchemic beasts loose? Fall back! Someone stop him! Whoa! The guard's words die in his throat as the swarm engulfs him. Amid the chaos, the woman sneaks toward the Research Institute's interest. She doesn't know what drives her, stubborn hope, or perhaps something deeper. Boom! The stone pillars above collapse in a deafening crash. Sandra is too close, too slow. She braces for impact, squeezing her eyes shut, but the pain never comes. A tiny alchemic beast has thrown itself between her and the rubble, its fragile body straining to form a shield. It trembles, writhing, its voice a whisper of half-formed words. Mom? I can't believe they hit it with the fucking kid again. Okay, this hook line of using little children to draw sympathy out of the audience, I don't like it. I don't like this. This is too much. I'm back. No language can contain their longing. At last, the mother pulls her child into her arms. I don't like the parental affiliation. Cages are for livestock, not monsters. We don't want to die, but neither do we want to live like this, rotting in a cage, forever trapped. Chekhov's gunfire, is that what it's called? I'm gonna... me casually Googling Chekhov. Chekhov's gun is a narrative principle that states every element in a story should be necessary, meaning an element such as a gun should have a purpose and be used to explain later in the plot. It's the rule of setup and payoff. Yeah. Okay, so I see what you're saying there, yeah. The whole kid arc is there to... its purpose is to draw out sympathy from the audience. The cocoon is the inheritance, and there's something around the inheritance that's like a protective shield. So somehow it's like both like a conduit for the inheritance and also like a shield for the inheritance. And it's like the source of the mania power that they're using to create the Black Ring. So like they definitely want that to be safe. Also, this art is gorgeous. I try to put this as a YouTube thumbnail for a few times, but it just doesn't translate well on like the smaller scale. It just looks like a wash of like orange when you zoom out too far. But this is a really nice fucking screenshot. Yeah, it definitely needed a closure since they introduced Yuri and the mom. I just wish they used that story space for something else. I wish they replaced those two characters with... I mean, this is just a me personal thing. I know, again, the reason they have that is because it is an emotional hook that gets a large part of the audience, right? Like not... Okay, so I'm going to explain American television out of nowhere, okay? American television, you'll have like an action show. It'll be like a cop investigation show. And it's a lot of violence and a lot of suspenseful intrigue. And then randomly, there's a sex scene just thrown in the middle of this. Like it's nothing but danger and subterfuge, and eventually like somebody solves the case. But in the middle of that somewhere is sex, because the Hollywood, the people who are making these shows, knows that there's some audience out there that only watches this drama for the romance, right? I don't necessarily care about the romance. I just want to see the bad guy get caught in like the really interesting, intriguing way that the bad guy was caught. But There's a different part of the audience that doesn't give a shit about that. And they just want to follow this cop drama show around for the romance drama. So they get both audiences captured because they have like both the romance scenes and the like mystery and intrigue that I enjoy. But because they include both, they get both audiences and they draw in more viewers. So while I don't like the kid, I understand its necessity to address a larger audience than just me, myself. I'm not going to be the target every single time. But it seems like there's at least some people who agree with me that it doesn't quite fit and it distracts a little bit. At least to some degree. Synex tears a deep gash into the cocoon, her teeth sinking in and rending its shell to fragments. Shards of the apostle slip through her fingers as the thing inside is forced into a grotesque premature birth. Its first sound, a hateful wail shatter in the air, and its newborn horror writhes. The other monster laughs wild and delighted. Life's too short to play by the rules, and since no one asked me for my opinion, why not tear them all to shreds? You just retold the whole Arcane Season 2 in just a few short sentences. Yeah, that tracks. I didn't watch Arcane. But was there like a heavy romance arc in Arcane? Season 2 at least? Okay, so this is the oh, what's it called? This is what was on the peak path test. So this is the peak path test fight. Wait, are these guys actually hard? Wait, don't tell me these guys are actually hard. I don't have a team for anything difficult. Hella, you're reforged. Do something. Okay, it doesn't look like it's hard. They just have a lot of HP. Do I have 4 core breaks? No, I have 3. I can't even break this thing. You know what? Pow. That did fucking nothing. Chomp. There's a Lesbian Lex scene right after Jinx vaguely hinted she's going to unsubscribe to life. What the fuck? My Aurum Secretum turret, it's gone. No. Oh, did I drop frames? Yeah, YouTube let me know that I dropped like 10 seconds of frames. But I should be fine now. And that's a wild twist. Like, I'm going to unsubscribe to life and then immediate sex. That's just wild. Yeah, these guys, it's not a difficult stage, but man, is it a fucking tanky stage. I mean, then again, I'm using Synex and Hilla as like my primary damage dealers. So, you know, maybe don't judge this book by its cover. Holy shit, we're actually dying. Somebody send help. Wasn't supposed to end like this. Oh my god. Oh, then again, I'm like standing on the death tile. That makes sense, yeah. Don't stand on the death tile, kids. Okay, we did it. Arcane or Arcane Season 2 had so much potential, it still hurts my soul. Man, it was really that bad? Was it received poorly by the widespread audience? Or is there just like a bit of a controversy in it? Because like I know Season 1, like the entire fucking world was watching Arcane. But I guess I didn't see like the same like fire that Season 1 created in Season 2. No, it just felt rushed by a lot of people. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. Thanks for the treat. Synex swallows the crystal torn from the monster's chest. Under the group's ooh, hella rushed. Ooh. Okay, it's... Yeah, that sucks. Synex swallows the crystal torn from the monster chest. Under the group's relentless assault, the cocoon-spawned creature staggers, then collapses, its body crumbling into dust. With a slow, deliberate flick of her tongue, Synex licks her fingertips, savoring the remnants of her feast. Her gaze snaps upward, but the figure behind the barrier is long gone. Meanwhile, a masked man sprints through the ruins, debris scattering in his wake. The experiment failed. The plan isn't lost yet. If he can just reach Frazier in time, the data he carries might still turn the tide. But a shadow shifts. A figure steps into his path, cutting off his escape. Is it Safar? After delivering the final blow, Ella can't help but cheer triumphantly. Yay! Huh? The entire chamber shudders violently. The research facility, already weakened by the earlier explosion, groans under the strain, its underground section on the brink of total collapse. Crap, this place is coming down! Huh? Ella's gaze snaps upward. The shattered skyline from her last escape is still here. But this time, Synex isn't there to throw her straight through. How are they supposed to get out now? Before she can scramble for a solution, a grinning, sinister voice cuts through the chaos behind her. Now that I think about it, Ella was the only one here last time. Our dear little Legion girl still hasn't felt the thrill of being thrown through the air, has she? Did my stream just crash, or is YouTube looking a little fucky? I'm not sure if it's just my end, but YouTube's telling me I have 0 viewers now. Are you guys still there? Did my stream crash? It looks good on my end, except the number went to 0 somehow. Still here, okay. As long as the stream's still up, I'm cool. Don't know why it's saying 0, but it says 0. Okay, cool, thanks guys. Then a deafening roar echoes from the distance. Something massive barrels towards them, shaking the ground. Ella and Horo barely have time to turn before they're yanked off their feet, collars seized in an iron grip. Huh? Wait, what the hell are you doing this time? A tidal wave of alchemic beasts surges forward, their bodies merging, limbs weaving together in a grotesque yet seamless dance. They form a living pathway, part staircase, part writhing wave, bridging the crumbling floor to the opening above. Their movements are terrifyingly precise, as if this escape has been rehearsed 1,000 times before. Layer upon layer of shifting, interlocking bodies propel the three upward, just as the world beneath them gives way. Get ready. We're taking off. God damn, I wish I did this before making the fucking Synex guide so I could use this as the fucking thumbnail. This is fucking gorgeous. This is like one of my favorite artworks in the game. Why can't I put this as my memento? Like, this is... I really like this style. Whatever this is, the very far off perspective. And like the no real like defined edges, kind of just, I don't know how to word it. Very soft edges. I'm not an art person, right? Like that, I don't know the terminology. And if I was talking to some of my friends, they would be able to describe this much more succinctly and artistically than I can, but whatever this style is, I enjoy it. The high-altitude winds howl, slamming against their faces with enough force to make their eardrums roar. Ella grits her teeth and forces her eyes open. Behind them, the explosions and collapsing structures fade into the distance as the escapees surge forward, a living tide weaving through ruins and flickering firelight. Their voices rise in long, wild calls, half communication, half exhilaration, echoing into chaos. Ah! I'm going to fall! At Hella's side, Horo staggers, fighting to keep her footing in the relentless rush, while Synex... The gloomy sky tears open, revealing a burst of light that bathes Synex in the endless stream of creatures surging behind her. At the crest of the wave, she rides, charging toward freedom. Speaking of Memento, half the coolest art from this event aren't in the shop. That's what I'm saying. I want that art as a Memento, but it's not there. Memento is so cool, but when they don't, I understand why they're not putting every artwork up there, because for some reason it's 150 hypercubes. Like, it's really expensive to get these Mementos. But like, I still wish they put the artwork up there. They're back. The alchemic beasts disperse, depositing Hela and the Legion members onto the ground, only for them to be swept up again as the refugees celebrate their victory, tossing them high into the air. Ah! Wait! Hold on! Grab me tight! Don't let go! Synex doubles over laughing, clutching her stomach. But then, from the edge of a crowd, a figure catches her eyes. Oh? His white coat, once pristine, is now smudged with dirt and unmistakable marks of gunpowder. Their eyes lock for a moment. Then, without a word, he flicks something towards her. Synex catches it midair. A shard of orange secretum. With a barely perceptible nod, he turns and vanishes into the crowd. You stubborn little thing. Synex shakes off the moment and turns to leave, only to feel a tug on her tail. Spinning around, she finds Hela clutching the tip of it. Oh? Almost let you slip away again. We said we'd settle this for good. You screwed me over too many times. This is something you can't brush off with just a few coins. Eek! Still clutching the tip of Synex's tail, Hela barely has time to register the tight grip around her waist before it coils around her, yanking her off her feet and into the air. What an interesting mess. And here I thought I was finally free. Just wrapped up my last job, ready to go play Explorer. Let's see, what should I do with you? Oh, how about I just take you away with me? What? Help! Some creep's kidnapping a child here! Put me down, jerk. The voice acting is fucking perfect. Like, it's fucking perfect. A quick glance to the side confirms that Horo, the mighty Legion leader, is in no shape to help. She clutches her stomach, still pale and unsteady. Let me try that again, because I can't read. A quick glance to the side confirms that Horo, the mighty Legion leader, is no longer in shape to help. She clutches her stomach, still pale and unsteady from the recent wild ride. My, what a fiery little thing. And here you were so adorable just moments ago, crying my name. In response to such nonsense, Hela retaliates by making a face at her. Well, that's that. Scores settled, asses kicked. Everyone got what they deserved. Time for the little ones to scamper home for dinner, and for me to hit the road. With a quick flick of her tail, the woman drops Hela to the ground. As for you and me, we'll talk about it when you catch me someday. Hela stumbles down the staircase formed by the alchemic beasts, limbs flailing. By the time she scrambles to her feet, Synex and her troop of creatures are already striding away. God, they made Synex have so much like alchemic Aurum Secretum stuff in her kit. She has a horde of alchemic beasts. They could have easily, I mean very easily, made her an Aurum Secretum partner with Hypatia, where Hypatia summons a turret and Synex is summoning a horde of melee creatures. Like, why is that not what Synex does? I'm so sad. Hey, you don't just run away, you bastard! Hands on her hips, Hella fumes, but a reluctant smile betrays her. Shaking her fist at the departing figure, she declares her officially wanted. What a lunatic. You're so dead next time. When I come back, I'm gonna kick your ass so hard you won't sit for a week. Synex doesn't look back. With a loud, hearty laugh, she waves farewell, her silhouette soon swallowed by the surging tide of alchemic beasts and swirling dust. Expectations versus reality for sure. This is like the Synex we have at home. Like the Synex, just picture the meme. Synex in story, the Synex at home. That's what we ended up with. Somewhere in the far lands, the Legion has borrowed a sand ship from the Research Institute and is now speeding through the dunes. So we can't have like the villains be recruitable, because that kind of defeats the purpose of the villains. And I know Arknights did it a few times, like W and Mudrock, but in those cases it worked really well because it was kind of like, I'm not the real villain. I'm just like a pawn who wants out of the situation. And if you can help me out of the situation, I will turn on the real villain with you. So unless... Okay, so Cabernet's not the villain, right? Like, yeah, she did some terrible things, but she's not like the head boss, right? Like, we didn't fight Cabernet. We captured her and all that other stuff. More, we didn't fight her directly either. We fought like the dark web mania monster, but more just kind of like ran away. But Adelaide, we're kind of fighting Adelaide, like very directly him, not like something he created, not his Aurum Secretum pets, like him. So it's a little bit... Shin exists. Okay, you got me on Shin. I can't explain Shin. Shin makes zero sense to me, I'll be honest. Like all the other immortals, I can see it. But yeah, my argument is completely erased by Shin. I'll give you that one. I'll fight the Morin Cabernet one, but Shin, I can't fight that one. My argument no longer exists. Though the conspiracy has been thwarted, Frazier is no longer safe for the wanted group. With no other options, they board the stolen sand ship and set course for Dissidy, racing for the long journey back home. Whistle, 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 whistle. Someone's really excited to go home, huh? Behold, the one and only superhero who crushed Frazier and wrecked Aurum Secretum's Institute. The strongest sinner ever. Hella, that's me. Once we're back at MBCC, even Dummy Chief's gonna have to show me some respect. Not a single excuse this time, but I took out more than one black ring than she did. And I've got every last victory written down in my diary. Black and white, no arguing. Ha! This time, Dummy won't have any excuse to stiff me on my allowance. Ella boasts with her usual swagger. Oro can't help but crack a smile. And the rest? Did you achieve what you set out to do? When I first left Syndicate, all I cared about was getting stronger. But if I'm being honest, I had no clue what that actually meant, or how to do it. I was such a loudmouth back then, running my mouth about becoming some super badass. Pretty embarrassing, huh? Now I'm still not that strong. But there are so many people out there who've got it worse. Even if I'm not some powerhouse, I want to help however I can. Finally managed to clear part 11 and 12 thanks to a friend Shin. I can finally read the rest of the stories. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you managed to break through. And when 10 first released, it was so hard that they had to nerf it. I don't think I've... No, I definitely played pre-nerf Chapter 10. But yeah, Chapter 10, wow, there's a time where, like, the story was, like, oof. Like, even for well-bit rosters, it was difficult. And it still is difficult, but it's not, like, Dark Zone levels of difficulty, thank God. She may still be as weak as before, but this journey has taught her things far more precious than mere strength. The art of deception, the courage to sacrifice, and the weight of trust. I was stuck on 10 for so long, it was the reason I quit originally. Yeah, that tracks, actually. Like I said, like 10 was so hard that they nerfed it, so it makes sense. Ella about to get hit with the monkey's paw. Truly, like, I know what comes. Like, there's one more artwork that I've seen that I haven't seen in this story yet, so I know it's still coming. With Augustus release, the story will be aura farming all the way. Hell yeah. And I am just going to use, like, nothing but Augustus when she comes out, unless I get, like, really gimped on the pulls and then I just feel bad and depressed. Then maybe I won't use Augustus, but I'm expecting to just spam Augustus every stage going forward. And they made story mode because of Chapter 10. That's right! Yeah! Chapter 10, they're just like, oh, it's too hard, here's a fucking story mode button. I guess it works, man. I'm sure there's a lot of people who use the story mode and, like, actually really enjoy that it exists. And that's good enough for me. Anyway, let's get home already. It's been so long. They're probably losing their minds missing me. Got nerfed 2 times? Jeez. We've got loads of time ahead of us for more crazy adventures. Or you better not leave me behind next time. Promise. No takebacks, or you're a total loser. Thank God I got 11, dude. Otherwise, I have no idea how I was going to manage. Yeah, 11's good. 11's real good. Especially for story. She's got, like, the burst damage and the like, follow-up consistency from the hands. It's really nice. Gotta run trick-or-treating with a kiddo. Thank you for the great stream. See you Tuesday. Hey, Spider. See you then. Happy Halloween, man. Or woman. I'm not sure. I'm not going to assume genders. But yeah, see you Tuesday, man. Thanks again for all the support that you give. Some people view story mode as a walk of shame. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I get the psychology behind that, but there is such a... I think the big thing that makes, like, story mode so taboo is that people don't know that there are some parts of the story, like chapters 10, maybe 11, that's, like, legitimately harder than the later chapters. So people think, like, oh, if I turn story mode on, then I'm going to be stuck in story mode for, like, 6 chapters, which isn't true. Because if you have to turn story mode on to get past chapters 10 or 11, you can go back to regular gameplay and fight easier things and then come back to chapters 10 and 11 later. But that's hard to explain to the audience without throwing, like, a fuck ton of information at them. It's not a walk of shame, it's the lack of hyper tubes. You need those. Yeah, that too. It's the rewards. Ella leans out the window, savoring the evening breeze on their journey home. Too bad the communicator's busted. Can't even tell Hippa the good news. And who knows where that blue-haired weirdo Safar wandered off to. Ella leans against the window, watching the sun bleed into the horizon. Then she goes completely still. Silence stretches too long. Oral glances up, brow furrowing. Ella? Gotta reread that sentence because I read it out loud, but I didn't listen to myself. Oh, chords of the story! Let's fucking go! Fucking chord in the fucking story! Woo! Let's fucking go! Best part of the fucking event. A half-shaded Corin just sitting there. On the outskirts of the city, a woman in a cowboy hat raises her glass to the toast. laughing with her companions as they tally their spoils. But then, she freezes. Her gaze snaps up, sharp and sober, as if something in the depths of white sand has called to her. Meanwhile, the blonde girl speeds towards a distant point, her foot nearly pressing the accelerator through the floor. No matter how fast she drives, the gap refuses to close. The beast horde surges forward, an unstoppable tide, unlike the figure standing at its peak. Or until the figure standing at its peak suddenly lifts her head. The orm secretum within her burns, resonating with something far away. This is when Adeline pulled the fucking trigger. The Führer beads hanging from Hella's body have silently shattered, unnoticed. But there's no time to gather the fragments. Her gaze locks on the horizon. Dark clouds churn over the area where Führer was. At the heart of White Sands, atop a lone hill, the sun is nearly swallowed by a second black disk, an eclipse of unnatural darkness. Wait. Don't tell me the real inheritance is... We got hit with the fucking subterfuge. Huh? Safar? Oh shit, Safar's the inheritant? Or is the corpse barn? Safar's the backup corpse barn? You know, that's a good question. What does the fucking Millie story happen? Millie has to happen after this. Because this is happening the same time as Chief is being corrupted. Right? Like this and... Yeah, this is a follow-up to Patya. So like this is happening as Chief gets hit with like the mania bomb and gets her shackles corrupted again. But Millie's event, Chief is corrupted by the shackles. So Millie has to happen after, which is weird that it released this way, but it makes sense in terms of like the flow of the story. So all of this stuff happens. Chief takes a detour for Millie and then goes after the Black Ring. Never imagined others were so easy. I played a Della event and realized that apparently it is a walk in the park for me, with a bunch of B ranks and knocks. Then I decided 10 needed busted centers. Oh, the chapters story and the side events. Yeah. Shit, an 11 carried me. Oh yeah, for sure. Those are some strong centers. Okay, Thani returns to the refugee camp after the battle. The tents now stand empty. Every soul has fled but one. Zafar stands at the camp's edge, his fists clenched around some object. His eyes track the retreating tide of alchemic beasts as they vanish into the horizon. After a moment, he turns his gaze back, his voice remarkably calm. It's nothing. I just wanted to come back for one last look. I still have some matters to attend to. I need to go. The young man turns his face with a faint smile crossing his face. Goodbye, Bonnie. Future into past style story. Yeah. Okay, this is the last chapter. This is the setup for the anniversary in 3 days. 5 hours after the attack on the Aurum Secretum Institute. Communication between Fraser and Aurum Secretum Institute has finally been restored, unleashing a sudden surge of activity across all channels. Most remain oblivious to the Institute's shadow operations. They know only fear, the crushing certainty that their quiet lives are now in peril. And deep within the data sea, a single point of light flickers to life. Someone jammed the Institute's signal transmission during the attack. The cocoon matrix is damaged, and the corpse's vessel is missing. What about Hermes? What's the status on site? Wasn't he overseeing the detonation? Continue as planned. We prepared enough vessels beforehand. We can't afford to stop now. No, the plan has already failed. If we can't control the ground zero through the cocoon, then even if the black ring detonates, it won't be under our control. It's meaningless. Let's proceed with our contingency plan. The true corpus is in position. The seeds of black ring were sown long ago. The time for harvest has come. Oh, some fucking sick-ass artwork. Let's fucking go. Across the barren wasteland, a particular procession trudges toward an unknown destination. Humans, beasts, and shapeless aberrations, the weak and the lost, gather in this endless march, following the sole flame that pierces the darkness. A gale howls as the sin-stained sun sinks in the west. A creeping shadow swallows its light, leaving only a bleeding ring of crimson upon the horizon. We are the lost, exiled to this place. We are the forsaken, left with nothing. And we are the desperate, who twisted our lives just to survive. In the director's drawer, Safar uncovered a briefing document. Frazier's hypercubes reserve laid bare. Military, defense, commercial. Each category boasted astronomical figures, wealth beyond comprehension. Yet as this city tightened its grip on hypercube exports, as calamities ravaged the far lands, as resources dwindled and refugees wandered, Frazier could have provided aid, but it chose not to. They bred hate in us, shattered our home. When our homeland suffered, we raised empty hands in prayers, swore we'd give him anything. But he said, "Your everything is dust." He turned to the next page. This time, it was a calamity status assessment report. Is awakening, and mania levels throughout the far lands are rising rapidly. The calamities are irreversible. Resources will continue to deplete till the far lands become nothing more than a dead zone. Aligning with any power is pointless. We're not even worth being pawns. To escape the fate of being crushed, we have to take the power ourselves. At last, deep within the magic box, he found the final glimmer of light. Hermes is dead. The research institute destroyed. All channels of information leakage have been severed. The final possibility now rests in our hands. If we stand firm, united as one, even we have the power to detonate the Black Ring and defy fate. So yeah, Safar decided to fuck it, I'll be the corpus. The sun drowns in shadow, plunging white sands into gloom. A chilling silence grips the outskirts of Fur. As Hela hurls herself from the sand ship, she dares not imagine what has happened, or what is about to happen. Her heart hammers against her ribs, a frantic drumbeat urging her forward. She races into Fur. A black box hovers above the altar. Crimson engravings along the edges flare to life, pulsing in time with a rising chant that echoes through the chamber. Something stirs. Within a foreign entity, a long dormant now awakening. The shell of the inheritance fractures. Dark, viscous corruption bursts forth, spilling like a flood in all directions. The refugees, bent, emaciated, their forms warped by time and suffering, step forward without hesitation, wading into the spreading black tide. Perhaps this, too, is part of someone's grand design, but it no longer matters. They raise their voices in ragged harmony, singing their gratitude for this mercy, this wretched thread of life. Hela races ahead, forcing Horo to rush into Fur after her. The black ring is pulsing to life. She can feel the air wrapping around her. Contamination erupts from beneath her feet, spewing forth corrupted souls. The spirits of those buried beneath the white sand stir, awakened, ravenous, corruptors, their eyes hollow, fixed on the living, claw at Hela and Horo, desperate to drag them into the grave. Shadowy tendrils coil around Hoyle's rims, binding her. She twists, hewing through the specters with her axe. As they dissolve, ghostly pale blue crystals materialize in their wake. Hypercubes. Hela! Damn it! Get back here! Ignoring the danger, Hela charges deeper into the contamination's heart. Mania goes thicker by the minute, its whispers slithering into her mind. Our homeland, destroyed by calamity, leaving us drifting like rootless leaves. But this land, it's too barren. It can't sustain us all. Survival is too cruel. Death is our only choice. Stay away. Stop standing in our way. Horo lunges, yanking Hela back from the oncoming strike, only for a tendril to snare her instead. Ugh! No! Horo! The corruption swallows Horo whole. Hela reaches for her. Her fingers brush, then split apart, and the darkness consumes them both. In the darkness, Hela hears a chant. Gentle, yet stirring, like a mother's lullaby entwined with a warrior's battle hymn. The chanting swells, deafening, piercing her eardrums. The world spins, and then a violent shove from behind. When her eyes open again, she is underground in fur. The corruption clinging to her body hasn't faded. Black sludge oozing from the inheritance has already swallowed most of the altar, consuming the refugees gathered around it. Yet, the sludge avoids her. Partially corrupted figures press against Hela, their twisted hands shoving her away from the spreading corruption. Go back, Hela. Don't go any further. You still have somewhere to return to. Before her, a blue-haired young man staggers forward, each step carrying him closer to his inevitable end. The corruption has already claimed most of his body. Safar! He halts, then turns his head, just slightly, gazing at the girl in the distance. Hela, why are you here? You've already saved Synex. Weren't you supposed to go back to the city? This place isn't safe. You should leave. You idiot, snap out of it. That damn black box is screwing with your head. Or did those Fraser bastards feed you more of their crap? Don't let those jerks trick you. The real black ring isn't some miracle thing. It's all lies. I know the truth. It can't even grant your stupid wish. Hela lunges forward, desperation clawing at her chest, but something snags her, trips her, holds her back again and again. She can only watch, helpless as the corruption slithers forward, consuming Safar inch by inch. Yet his voice, when it comes, is eerily calm. You're right. Fraser, this city, even the underground you told us about. None of them deserve our trust. They've all used us like pawns. I'm done letting them decide our fate. But I trust you, Hela. Huh? This city hoarded their hypercubes while Calamity destroyed our home. Fraser talks about humanism, but all they've done is turn us into lab rats for Aurum Secretum, giving us nothing but room. But then, you showed up. Flashback. That person told him to help the girl from the city, the girl whose homeland had once defied the impossible. Her people had detonated a black ring with sheer will, carving their own fate from the jaws of despair. You brought us stories of syndicates, proof that even the weak can fight back, that we all have the power to defy fate. You showed us a new path, new possibilities. So thank you, Hela, for giving us hope. No, wait. Don't do this. Now go. You're the only one we refuse to see harmed. Goodbye, Hela. The corruption has already crept up to his cheeks, and the young man finally smiles. Just as Hela lunges for him, he raises a trembling hand and pushes her away. Then, from the spreading darkness, an arm stretches upward, lifting the black box high. Countless arms follow, surging upward in unison, and as glistening crystals fracture from their bodies, falling like brittle rain. That's going to be a YouTube thumbnail in the future. I don't know when it's going to be used, but that's a YouTube thumbnail in the future. Thank you, Hela, for giving us strength, for giving us a choice. Thank you. Goodbye. Make a wish. Power, wealth, anything you can imagine. Pray to the ring, and it shall grant your desires. Oh God, that's beautiful artwork too. Want a seed. Oh, poor Hela. They really captured a lot of emotion in this shot. This is incredibly beautiful. No! Come back! Hela reaches out desperately, fingers clawing at the air but finding nothing. Her arms fracture and splinter under the relentless corruption, only to be mended by her regenerative power again and again. Don't do this! Her fingertips dissolve into nothingness, then reform over and over. She keeps struggling to push forward, yet each effort is met with crushing resistance. She can only watch, helpless, as everything unravels before her. Amid the chaos, the shackles buried deep within her shudders to life, surging forth in a feeble attempt to shield her. But even they are swiftly overtaken by the corruption. From the other side, a voice cries out to her, but Hela can barely hear it anymore. One day, it will grow. When the wars are over, when the storms have passed, when no one is left wandering the wastes, and we can finally go home. To see how hope rekindles across this land of famine. God, so much emotion captured by the artist. The artist had fun making this one. No! In the vast, endless desert, a crimson ring hovers above the jagged peak. At first, a tiny black speck appear in the distance, drifting closer. Drawn by some unseen pull, they surge toward the ring, vanishing into its glow without hesitation. Then, more come, swarms of darkness seeping from the horizon. They gather, coalescing into a churning tide, a storm of shadows rushing forth. The crimson ring trembles as the black storm twists around it, merging and clashing, consuming and consumed, faster, hungrier. And from the depths of the void, a voice whispers, So, what is your wish? I want... What do you want? Oh shit, we just get the investigation report. That's where they end it? They end us on a fucking cliffhanger mid-fucking sentence? Orm Secretum Experiment Subject File. Black Ring Outbreak Investigation Archive. Hela went missing. They end it mid-fucking sentence. Like, that's such a cliffhanger, they ended it. Oh, we get a fucking cutscene! Let's fucking go! This is fucking gorgeous. Holy fucking shit, that was awesome. So this is the little sinner you've been so worried about. Get ready. You'll be meeting again very soon. Oh, that was fucking incredible. Oh, okay. Everyone who was talking about how excited they were for the anniversary, I get it now. That like 5-second animation of Hella in like the shadow body, and then Hella like sitting there, fully necrotized. Oh, I am fucking excited now. Check diary will do. Oh, it's so fucking cool. The diary falls into a raging inferno. Flames kiss its pages, which slowly char, curl, and dissolve into fragile carbon. The fire silently consumes every word and sketch, the playful jokes from long journeys, the tear stains of a tear stains of a traveler's longing all vanish with the fragile paper. The fate of the one who wrote these pages is now a mystery, lost to the world. Okay, that's a sad fucking ending. I really liked the fucking diary, and you're telling me that diary is no longer canon? The diary just burned up? Fuck, man, that makes me so fucking sad. I liked the diary. I liked the diary. Okay, let me catch up on chat. There's a lot behind this. Okay, I got up on chat. I read it silently because there's too much to read out loud. That was fucking hype. Like I'm very excited for Tuesday. I'll say that much. Very excited for Tuesday. That was really fucking cool. How many of these gems are there? Am I like missing a button? Or are they just showing me each and every one of these? There's way too many Orm Secretum libraries. That Orm Secretum recipes is way too much for me. Hopefully I don't have to make every single one of them because that'd be a pain. Okay, sealed codex. Okay, so this is all sealed codex and cursed crucible stuff, so we don't have to mess around with the alchemy at all. Okay, that's good. I don't want to mess around with the alchemy. Okay, let's go to the cursed crucible first. This is not what I thought it would be. Okay, so are these like boss stages or one's at like a score check, the other one's a time trial. But it's waves? Or is there like a central boss figure? Looks like it's mostly waves. Okay, what team? We probably should use an actual team for this. What about the Rahu team? Is that a real? The Rahu team is not real. This is not a real team. This is... I don't know what my Rahu team was, but... one is like the first ROTD stage. Oh, okay, so it's just ROTD nonsense. Oh, okay. Maybe the Rahu setup works then, if it's ROTD nonsense. Let's just try this like random shitty team that I have. See where it takes us. I don't recommend this, by the way. This is just a mixed mash of random shit. But let's try it. The other one's a knowledge check. Ugh. Disgusting. Imagine reading. Oh, I don't have Empower. Oh, that makes this... Well, I can lose point? Wait, specific monster behaviors will lower my score? Too bad. I need to only clear the level, but also maintain a score. I better pull the enemy intel and study it thoroughly. The fuck does that mean? I don't even know what my Orm Second does, to be honest. Okay, Pilgia, hard carry us. Okay, so this thing's just never going to reveal any cores, apparently. I was like saving 4 cores, but I guess this is not happening. No, don't let Rahu die. Rahu, please. Oh, I am no longer in the corrupted form, which means I lose all of my damage. Okay, Rahu, you take over. I'm slowly losing points again. So I'm definitely not supposed to just stall this out. I was like kind of waiting for a core break phase, but I guess I'm not getting one. There's a second wave after that, Jesus. Okay, let me just hit restart because my mixed mash nothing team is... It's gonna take 10 years for that boss to die. Let's just beat this thing's ass real quick. That's right, I'm cracking out the big guns. I fucking pulled the trigger. Oh yeah, I guess I should also look at the Orm Secretum crap. Currently equipped. The fuck? Okay, so a Synex one. Allies' magic and skill damage increases by 35%. Attack speed, blah, 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 blah. There's too much crap. This one. Cool. Awkward positioning, to be honest. Okay, we're going in. They spawn so far away. Like, seriously, they spawn so far away. Hello, enemies. Crazy the difference between like my last team and this team. Like I just killed everything without really thinking about it. Just mashed my buttons. But then the last team, like, was like stalling the boss to death. Is there an end to this stage? Or are they just like endlessly spawning? Okay, there is an end to this stage. Okay. I just killed everything too fast. Got it. Okay, so if you want to know how to clear a stage, use 11. It's just ridiculous fucking center. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Okay, and the other one, complete the challenge within 80 seconds. Yeah, I'm just going to mash 11 again. Lot of chit chat about how to do this. It gives you the recipe. One is read that already. I'm not going to be nice. They failed this one. Has data crevice style nonsense all over at 25% HP. The alchemic stones help a lot in those challenges damage wise. There's a second wave after that. 2 more bosses use magic damage or buffs. Max magic damage buffs. The magic damage one is busted. This is for all intents and purposes a data crevice stage. Fair. Yeah, I thought it was just going to be like the peak path test again. But oh, I can switch this? Okay, let me read them. This one is, yeah, the buff that I have. Commands Orb Second Floater to grant the Alchemic Stone effect to all sinners on the battlefield for 6 seconds while removing dodge from enemies on the battlefield. And this one, Hello commands the Orb Secretary Floater to create a single grid alchemic formation at the target grid. Up to 2 formations can exist on the field. Okay, so this one, like... Oh, I didn't read it all. On the field simultaneously, lasting 15 seconds, sinners within the formation receive Orb Stone effect, and when the formation is first created, it restores 8 energy to sinners within it. That's really huge, yeah. Yeah, it's in power. What the fuck is this? Why am I surrounded by snakes? The enemies have dodge. Okay, then I'm... fucking power. I'm just going to use the other dodge removal thing, because dodge is such a... I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it. I'm saying it. Controversial take. That's not controversial at all. RNG dodge is a dog shit mechanic that should not exist in video games. I said it. I said it. I don't know the mechanics. Oh no. There's bubbles over my head and I don't know what they do. My sinner's already dead. Jesus Christ. Am I actually going to have to read mechanics here? Because I don't feel like reading mechanics right now. Stargazer has the thing that makes her immune to normal attacks for the first while. I'm hoping she survives. Otherwise, that crime brand's kind of useless here. Yeah, completely useless. I wish I knew what was happening. I should read, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stubborn this out. Okay, we're at max power. We've got the milli ring. So we can drop that. And then we can buff this, and then we can do that. They have their dodge icons. I'm just going to remove all the dodges and hope that the squid slams are enough. Which they are. Okay. Just ignore the mechanics with Reforged 11. Okay, that I don't know how to actually clear that stage. But yeah, just be the true gacha player by using Reforged 11 and ignoring every mechanic in the game. I don't feel like reading, so yeah, brute force that shit if you have Reforged 11. It's definitely not how you're supposed to do it, but when Reforged 11 can just brute force in 28 seconds, might as well. Okay, and we need to just do the sealed codex and then we're like good to go. Realm of Oblivion is just sealed, 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 sealed. And this is just a shop. Let's buy that out real quick. Oh wait, was that the... Don't have enough for that. It's kind of shocking. How much is this tome stuff giving? Oh. Oh wait. Okay, it's giving like 800, yeah. And the title Solar Eclipse. Which is not really a solar eclipse. I mean, it's a black ring eclipse. I wouldn't call that a solar eclipse. Cursed Crucible is the only thing. No, that's when I finished. We have the Sealed Codex. Level 50 stage. Okay, I can go back to having fun. Team. Placeholder. I thought about clicking Rahuu, but I'm just gonna bring the story team. They're all the sinners in the story, except for Shen, but I'm bringing Shen everywhere because I'm a filthy Shen abuser. No, I should swap these two because hell is at least reforged. Hey, Hollow Swan. We've been doing well. We finished the event story. Really good, climactic. I'm very much looking forward to the anniversary after reading it. We're just grinding out the the last like post-event stages, or post-story stages, I should say. Brute force the challenge stages with Reforged 11 because why not? Tomb Raider over there acting all cringe. Hey, don't talk shit about Lysandra. Lysandra's awesome. Lysandra's actually really fucking good. Like crazy good. She's the new Che. Just a really big AoE 2 core break, and it's the cheapest AoE core break in the game. So it's just super strong character. Just in core breaking alone. Okay, surround Hela with other Hela. Hela, back up Hela, and then Synex in front of Hela. There we go. Here's the team. Don't worry, Hela. Hela's got your back. Oh no, there's so many dodge boys. Get this dodge nonsense out of here. Synex, run from dodge person to dodge person and just ignore the dodge, please. Again, for those of you who don't know, true damage does ignore dodge. So, true damage is pretty lit. Is Hilda after the anniversary? Yeah, it's Seto, then Hilda. And Seto is like really fucking good. Really, really, really fucking good. And Hilda is, if you plan on using Hypatia, then Hilda is mandatory, but it's not the... While it's nice to be able to use Hypatia, it's not mandatory. Hilda's like one of those, like, hey, if you're a big fan of this, it's very much alive and doable, but you don't need it. Stage is actually kind of tough. Everything's just dodge tanking me. Yeah, they're just walking right in like I don't exist. That's fucking tragic. Yeah, it's pretty toxic. Okay, I'm not allowed to have fun apparently because everything has dodge. So I'm gonna stop having fun. Oh, did my stream freeze? Yeah, my recording software is frozen. You guys didn't miss anything. I lost the stage because they just dodged me to death. So now I'm no longer allowed to have fun and have to actually play the game. So we're just gonna smack things with Reforged 11 again. Because I don't feel like thinking. Oh, is that dodge removal thing still available? I would have done that instead of just rage quitting onto a different team. I didn't even check to see if I could switch Potestas. I just used like the one they gave me. I also didn't leave myself any core breaks for this guy. Awkward. Where's Infer? Yeah, I couldn't place a hand there? Oh, fuck. I just don't like the dodge mechanic. I don't like playing around it. Makes sense that you can use the other Potesta there, but I didn't even realize that was in this game mode. Yeah, sure enough, it's there. Okay, let's use something not Reforged 11 since we're allowed to play the game. Let's do the Rahu team. Which is honestly just, this entire team is just Belgia. Everybody else just like decoration. But they're fun characters. That's the important thing. Holy fuck, that hurts. You got that AoE slash. That's lame. It wore off right as I cast it. We got a dodgy boy. Oh, he's healing. Healing dodgy boy. Reveal your cores, do it now. Now, no more dodgy boy for you. Okay, a Limp Dick Pilgia ult. And then a Limp Dick Bleed proc to clear the wave. Hestia grafting everyone on the surface of the sun is very funny. Yeah, I've never been a fan of the burn team, honestly. That's just like a personal thing. I don't like the gameplay pattern. Right, Pine? Yeah, Pine's amazing. Pine's incredible. Yeah. Do I have a video on Pine? I'm not sure if I do. I definitely don't have one on Jane, even though Jane's insane. Oh yeah, I have a Pine debut. It's also just like a Jelena debut, and I call it a Pine debut. It's not really fair to call it a Pine debut. It's just an ROTD stage with Jelena and Pine and a bunch of other A ranks, and then just showing off like how much damage Pine can do in a ROTD stage. It's nothing impressive. How much damage does Pine do in that clear? Pine does 66% of it. Yeah, pretty good for a Pine debut. Okay, I see why I uploaded it. But I uploaded that video back in the day where I, like nowadays, my audience is larger, and if I release like a stinker of a video, then YouTube punishes me for it. But back during Jelena's release, if I uploaded a stinker of a video, YouTube didn't care. It's just like, yeah, people are watching your video, you know, who cares? But now all of a sudden YouTube has like expectations of me, and that's kind of rude. Clickbaiting with Pine instead of Jelena pulled, right? To be fair, like Pine did do 66% of the damage, but it was a Pine clickbait. I will give you that. Absolutely. Also, at the time, I did not like Jelena, and I still don't like Jelena. Like, if I can avoid using Jelena, I will. I said it. I don't like Jelena. For all the Jelena lovers out there, I'm not sorry. Okay, I don't like Jelena. Not a fan. I'm just forced to use her because she's incredibly meta on anything that has to crit. But crit-based teams are RNG as hell, and they're not fun because you have to sit there and count the number of crits you have and see if you got 10 crits or 8 crits, because that changes the math of the stage clear dramatically if you got 8 crits versus 10, and it's not fun. I said it. I don't like Jelena, and RNG crit chance is awful. There. Hot takes. 2 hot takes back to back. Display Summer with 100% crit. I mean, true. Or wait for BFL buffs that let Jelena get 50% crit, and then anybody can reach 100% crit. But, not my cup of tea. Okay, I need to like start shooting you guys. Okay, there's an actual boss. Oh, it's Synex. Hi, Synex, big fan. I am not ready to core break you yet. Can you please stop? No, I'm really not ready to core break the other guy when his cores are revealed. Let me get some energy. Oh, he just died. He never got a chance to reveal his cores. Nice. I've completely run out of gas because I don't have any more mania for Pilgia. My entire team is just kind of like falling apart because Pilgia can't like dumpster the entire stage anymore. I never activated Shin ult and all of that. What a fucking scrub my... like, all of my ordering was wrong there, but we still got the kill, so it doesn't matter. But I played that like shit. Just know that I played that like shit. Okay, and this is why Angel is so good. Angel did nothing until the boss revealed its cores, and then Angel like popped off. And if you actually like know what you're doing on Angel and use her as like a burst center, she actually like comes from doing no damage to doing the most damage on your team. And like she has incredible burst damage on top of her 4 core breaks. She's actually a really good fucking center. She's just really hard to use because you have to click a lot of buttons really quickly, and that's not easy. Managing blade shade stacks is that's something. But super fucking strong center that I honestly should use more. But oh well. Book of Remnants EX. Oh, all the EX stages for more of these things. I don't care. I don't care. They don't give hypercubes. Not important. They don't give hypercubes. They don't affect my metal progression or anything like that. Not important to the EX stages. I'd have to actually like use a team, and that just means playing more Reforged 11, which isn't a bad thing. I love Reforged 11, but I also don't feel like slapping Reforged 11 into EX stages right now. I'll probably do the EX stages off stream, just like when I'm bored right before I go to bed. Just click around with Reforged 11 and blow them all up. But yeah, that's the end of the event. Really good events. It left me with a lot of excitement. It wasn't my favorite story in the world, if I'm being honest. It jumped from like really high explosive action inside the research institute to really slow build up at the refugee camp. And it swapped back and forth between like the high and low energy too much for me. So I wouldn't say that's like an S tier event. I would say it's like an A-, which, you know, it's still incredible, right? But that's like an A- event for me. Not like the S+ that I thought Rain Burst was, but still really good. I feel like Synex's forbidden weapon was a bit disappointing. Yeah. I mean, there's some definite holes in the story. But the big thing that I am worried about with it is just the pacing of it. The pacing felt off. But as like a hype piece, it worked very well as a hype piece. So that's where I'm giving most of its credit. Like if this didn't lead up to the 3rd anniversary, my appraisal of the story would be much lower. Like that, if that last scene with the black ring breaking out and not ending with Hela being corrupted, and I didn't know Catherine was going to come in at some point, then this would be like a C-, honestly. But as a hype piece, it's good enough to go to A-. But the pacing was weird with it, again, going from low intensity to high intensity so quickly, so often. And then like just somebody in chat said it really well. Let me re-chat again. Okay, I read something, but I feel like I had a fever dream because I don't see it anymore. But yeah, they rush this event so the new main story could be anniversary, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of feeling too, because had Synex and like everybody's trapped inside of this research institute that's crumbling around them, and Synex just like magic carpet rides everybody away. Like that didn't really fit. The magic carpet ride of alchemic beasts riding everybody out of the institute. That felt a little weird to me, even though the art was really cool. And then after that, somehow, I'm not sure how, Safar is able to get all of the refugees to come with them to detonate a black ring somehow. and was like Hella just like 10 feet from him, because Hella showed up instantly. Like Hella was there. So like I assumed that they were like, it was a few days travel from here to the research institute. So how the fuck did Hella get there so fast? Maybe I'm just misunderstanding the story, but it wasn't clear to me at all. And little things like that, yeah, it felt a little rushed. 10 points for presentation, 5 points for plot, 3 points for consistency. Yeah, I'll give you that. I could definitely see that. So I'm giving a lot of credit to the presentation and to, again, the hype engine. And it goes into A-. I probably should put it in B+, but I'm not going to disrespect the anniversary like that, so A-. But there's definite holes in the storyline, and I didn't like the pacing. So that's my thought on it. On like an emotional vibe check, it passes the vibe check. On like an actual looking at it kind of thing, kind of weird. But it definitely succeeded on the vibe check. Okay, I don't really have anything else to do in Paths of Nowhere. We're caught up on the event. We're waiting for the anniversary. We've got a little over 300 pulls to spend. We'll have like 350, 360, 3 something pulls to throw out during the anniversary to try and get an S5 Augustus. That's what we're going for. We are going to try for S1 Hella and S5 Augustus because I am a huge Augustus fanboy. But we'll see if the game allows that with 300 something pulls. I think the story was I think the event was a bit cheap by not making a lot of sprites for the villagers. Also, Hella's Diary had a lot of plot holes if you try to link it to the actual story. Yeah, I could see it. I could see it. I didn't like that they destroyed Hella's Diary. But that's a choice. I mean, complaining about destroying the Hella's Diary is like complaining they killed off a character, but you kind of need moments like that to have impact. But I thought the diary would like, when we're on like chapter 24 of Path to Nowhere, and Chief is like sitting in her MBCC office, and she's like trying to think of how she's going to overcome this obstacle. And then she looks over and she sees Hella's old White Sands diary, and she smiles. Like, that's a really good like callback. Right? It's a prop that you have to use to call back to in the future. But instead, they incinerated the prop in a black ring explosion. So I would have liked to have that prop to call back to in the future to like remind us of the White Sands arc. But we don't have the prop anymore, so they can't do it anymore, which makes me sad. But overall, really good hype engine. Decent event. Chekhov's Hope. Okay, well. Yeah, we are all caught up. All I have are, I guess I have a ton of interrogations to do. I have Jack's notes, 10 interrogations to do, but I'm going to go ahead and call it there because we're running low on content. But we'll be back on Tuesday for the anniversary, and that's going to be a big deal. I will also do another stream over the weekend. I haven't decided between tomorrow or the day after. Probably the day after, probably Sunday. I'll do a stream on Sunday, but that is going to be a non-Path of Nowhere stream. It's going to be a variety stream. And I don't know what I'm going to play yet. I'm going to make a YouTube post, so check my post section. You'll find it there later today in a few hours, where I'm going to be asking you guys what I should play on Sunday. Your options are going to be Arc Knights, Honkai Star Rail, or something else. I have to check what was recommended to me. There's a post where I asked for recommendations. If you guys want to recommend something before I make the poll, go ahead. But I have Chaos Zone Nightmare, Hell is Us, Arc Knights, Honkai Star Rail, and Claire Obscure Expedition 33. I've already finished Expedition 33, but I'm down to replay it. But those other games, I'm going to throw all of those up into a poll, and you guys can vote on which one you want to see. So if you want to leave your own recommendation, go ahead and leave that in the post section. If not, cast your vote tomorrow when that poll goes live. And I will see you guys Tuesday. All right, catch you then. Peace.